Hey, Real Nerds. There's many ways to enjoy the Real Nerds podcast. You can listen to us on Stitcher, iTunes, and now Spotify and iHeartRadio. You can see what we're up to around town by following us at Real Nerds on Instagram. And if you want to send us your thoughts, you can email us at realnerds@gmail.com or call us at 720-6nerds5. Like us on Facebook at Real Nerds Podcast or tweet us at Real Nerds. And now on with the show.
Hello, everybody. I'm JD Lopez, the host of Left Hand Right Brain. It's a free-flowing, wide-ranging conversation that I have with artists doing interesting and creative things here in Denver and beyond. We talk about their personal stories, break down their creative process, and what motivates them. Spoiler alert, it's mostly spite. We talk about all these things and more while kicking back, cracking wise, and always having a good time. You can find old episodes and everything you need to know at lefthandrightbrainpod.com.
Hi, this is Georges Genti, and you are listening to Real Nerds Podcasts. This is Real Nerds Podcast. We are Denver Westward's top 10 nerdtastic podcast, as voted by somebody. And we go see a new movie every week, and we podcast our experience of the world. This week, we have almost a full house. I'm with
Brad.
And
Zach.
And
Henry.
All right. Henry
Corinne.
took it for Corinne, but you know.
I gave her a second.
I know. I was like, there.
You just pointed in this general direction. I'm like, ooh.
Brad, who was I pointing at?
It was that general direction.
No, you fucking asshole. You're supposed to say Corinne. I went like this. I went around Henry. Is around.
If you're sitting over here, it looks like you're just pointing at both of them.
I'm pointing my finger at you.
We are one, so it's fine.
Yes. Henry's back from New York. Welcome back, Henry.
Thank you. I'm
Actually
back.
in our room, not just
in a room this time.
Not echoey bathroom from New
Live.
York City. Yes.
He is a real person.
Yeah,
For
Occupying
now.
space.
Yeah, about twice a year you
He's
become
a real boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pinocchio style. Did you see that they were showing pictures? I'm probably the only person who does this on History.com from the Macy Day Parade from 1949 or something. And it had a Pinocchio balloon, and his nose was like twice as big as his body. I'm like, this is really weird. But
those early parade photos are spooky.
they are, or the old Halloween trick or treaters from the 20s.
Horrific.
They're totally horrific. That's where all nightmares come from.
That's the Halloween I want to be in.
Back then, you were allowed to just murder kids, so you had to scare the murderers away.
You know what? I never thought of it that way.
1930s.
Now they kind of
when
frown upon child murderers.
Yeah, 1930s, we made killing children illegal, so.
Speaking of murder, our movie of the week is Knives Out. Stay tuned to the end of the episode where we'll tell you if you should see the movie, play the trailer, and spoil the movie. And this movie does have lots of twists and turns, so make sure that if you want to see the film, don't listen to our spoiler part at the end until after you've seen it. I want to talk about movies we've been watching throughout the week. Movie news. Blu-ray's coming out. A cool one this week. Hang on a second. I'm getting a call. That's important.
Oh, my God.
Brad, why don't you tell us what's happening around town?
This week, the Midnight at the Esquire is Tammy and the T-Rex.
Ooh.
So I'm going to go check that out.
Something different, finally.
Yeah.
Been a festival favorite for a little while, this new version of it, so
When I was at Telluride, it was sold out.
damn.
I went 20 minutes before the screening. Then I went and saw Wounds with Dakota Fanning instead.
Well, that's a garbage movie.
Oh, my God.
You got Dakota Fanning to come see the movie with you?
Dakota Johnson. Sorry.
You got Dakota Johnson to come watch the movie with you?
I did. I kicked my wife out there. I'm like, she's sitting there. And you know what? She said, hey, you're so cool. That's how she acts. So I'm just, keeping it going.
So, yeah, you have 2 days to catch that, December 6th and 7th.
Actually, when you see her in Bad Times at El Royale, you're like, she can act.
Dude,
Why is she so awful in other movies?
She's fine. It's Twilight Syndrome. Actors are fine. It's just the stories are garbage.
Anyways, Brad.
And then the following weekend, December 13th and 14th, is Friday the 13th.
Oh, the first one?
The very first one.
I was hoping you could say like 2009's Friday the 13th. That'd be sweet.
Who owns that one?
Paramount. And
Well,
I think
possible.
Paramount and New Line both own it.
Yeah. Well, one of them did International on it. When they first released, I can't remember who.
The Jason character is owned by New Line, and Paramount owns the name Friday the 13th.
The only reason why I'd say it's New Line that owns it is because they're the ones who put out the Blu-ray. But
no, well, they own the rights to the character Jason because Jason is owned by Horror Inc., which is being sued by Victor Miller right now for the rights to Jason Voorhees.
Hence why we're getting all the cool Halloween movies we're getting, because we can't get a Jason movie.
Sad.
And the last thing is on YouTube. You can watch The Doorbuster.
That's right.
Yeah.
By Brad and Zach over here.
You know what? One of the things that most impressed me about that was your shot of Best Buy, but it said goodbye. I'm like, that's a pretty quick turnaround and making it look really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was. No one had mentioned that yet, so thank you.
Yeah. The acting, subpar. The movie looked great.
I don't know. I think you guys got pretty close to Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson.
I think we were just fine.
Those
I think
seagulls,
Spencer was better.
very realistic.
Thank you.
It sold me. The visual effects are just
Does
anyone
need
amazing.
a
I
seagull
felt like
mobile?
I was at the sea.
No, very, very creative. Good job,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Threw that together really quickly.
Oh yeah.
Turned out pretty good.
Yeah. I got hit on the nose with one of those Blu-rays.
Yeah, that was fun throwing Blu-rays at Zach.
Yeah.
And also the cops came by and we were like, oh shit, this is over. And they're like, you guys are really brave to be out here doing this. And then they drove off.
And then
They're like, this just fucking sucks.
Well, then they pulled up in front of the Best Buy to do they're doing running security for Black Friday, and Spencer and I were still walking by doing some stuff, and we ended up chatting with them for like a good 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna do it for. I probably should say that loud. Can you beep that part out? And then, but when you do that, they pay you overtime. So it was, but Laura didn't tell
me to be there.
Yeah, so Laura didn't tell me I couldn't do it, but she gave me a strongly worded text message that was in my best interest not to take that overtime shift. But yeah.
Lots
cool.
Lots of fun though.
But as a cop, like those are fun gigs because people just waiting in line to buy stuff. Most people are pretty cool. I mean, some people trample over it, but now they've extended Black Friday for so long that I think it's people have realized they don't have to rush out quite as much. Was there a big crowd?
Well, no. Even like
And
the lady
you
who
can
was
get a lot of deals online.
even the employee who was like waiting to get in. She was telling us that most people buy the stuff online and just pick it up.
Yeah.
So
and it was really like we went shopping afterwards, and it was light, like barely anybody there.
Yeah, the days of like that snaking line that went around the like inside the building, like aisle after aisle, is like no more.
Yeah,
I mean, it's because they realized to compete they have to do that. I mean, I went to Best Buy in Denver West at like 11:30, and I mean it was really busy, but it wasn't how I used to be, where the line's totally wrapped around. Because I have a Samsung Ultra HD player, and for some reason it won't play some of my Blu-rays. So I was like, "What the fuck?" And so
Did you update the firmware?
So it's completely updated, and then so Samsung has got out of the business of making Ultra HD players. So I think they have stopped updating their own system because you can't even go online and like chat with them about my model that's only 3 years old. So I went to Best Buy and they had the like $350 Sony one was $110. So
is this the same one that I got, or
No, it's better than that, Zach.
oh wow?
did you have a Samsung or
fool.
Sony?
I have a Sony player. I have a Samsung TV.
Yeah. So now we have the same setup.
Okay.
Because I was like, I was going to get Sony because I know the PlayStation 5 is already going to be an Ultra HD system.
Cool. We're home entertainment
Do we
twins.
know the PS5 is going to be 4K player?
It is.
It is.
Because they're starting to do like 250 gigs on the discs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bummer because I got American Werewolf. This is how I found out. I got The Blob and American Werewolf in London like 2-3 weeks ago. I don't know when they came out. All my days are jumbled together. I work so much. Anyways, I got them and I put in The Blob and it said disc error. I go, huh. So I'm like, oh, I thought maybe it was mastered wrong. Out of all the Blu-rays I've bought, I've had 2 that have just said it's like a disc error, so I'd had to get a new one. So I just processed the return through Amazon. I'm like, yeah, another one will be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is the Blob a Shout Factory or Arrow?
Shout. So then I says, whatever. I got American Werewolf in London, the new one, and I'll just watch that. Put in, said the same thing. I was like, oh, now I got to take this back, and I really didn't need it to take it back. But it would play some of them. but it wouldn't play all of them. It's really bizarre. So
that was the issue I had with the Gus Van Sant Psycho when I got the Scream Factory of it, and I thought it was the disc, and it turned out to be my player.
Yeah.
And you guys found out that it was the firmware was.
So
had not been updated because it was a Ethernet cable one, not a Wi-Fi one.
So I even went and set the Blu-ray player all the way back to the factory settings, and then I rebooted it, and I put in all the settings, and I went to the firmware. It's like it's up to date. So now I have a Sony one.
Guess what, Ryan? I watch DVDs on my DVD player, and I don't have any problems. Take that.
Except for your slowly deteriorating eyesight because you can't see perfect clarity in Ultra 4K.
Exactly.
Ryan, I just watched illegally bootlegged 144p videos on YouTube. The way cinema is meant to be watched.
There was a great article, I think it was on CNET, where it showed the Endgame, the streaming version compared to the 4K, and it is huge. Like the blacks and the colors and the detail. Like, whoa. It's a pretty substantial change.
Side note, one of the things I watched this week, I got the DVD of it from the library so I watched it on YouTube, and then I was like, so it kind of, the file got corrupted or something at the end, so I was like, well, I'll just check it out from the library. So I did, put it in the DVD, it looked terrible. I'm like, yeah, I'll just watch it on YouTube again.
So what did you watch on YouTube? I'm sorry.
I'll talk about it later.
Oh, so you're keeping us in suspense, so now we have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Great job, Corinne.
She pulled the Hitchcock. She put the bomb under the table.
It's
you
a
don't know what the bomb's
BBC
gonna be.
production.
Oh, that's why. Fuck the British.
It's interesting though.
They
with
make
those,
great things.
No,
Alfred Hitchcock.
Sometimes.
But it's interesting though because of those deteriorating lines and lack of people actually coming to the physical store. When I wrote the script for Doorbuster, I imagined we would have people in line because I assumed people would be forming a line at some point, and it never really happened. So it ended up kind of being accidentally timely.
Yeah, no.
The store opened at 5, and we left at 4 to go do the rest of the stuff away from. And there was no one started lining up until 4.
Yeah, so that was like a happy accident, which is also good because we needed the space to do what dialogue we could. But yeah.
So yeah, check that on the Real Nerds YouTube page.
Yeah, good job.
Watch me get led into the sno on a leash.
It's also on Facebook and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So check it out.
Yeah.
But I want the hit counts on YouTube, so go to YouTube.
I've heard that was a scene from The Lighthouse.
Yeah.
What a garbage movie.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
It's weird.
Hey, speaking of other movie news, what happened in the world of movie news this week?
It's real news.
Guess we'll suspensefully wait to what Corinne watched.
It's not a lot, really, because of the Thanksgiving holiday. Really, the biggest news that I saw was also the saddest. So Netflix decided to not go ahead and give Mystery Science Theater 3000 a season 13. So this is the end of the revival show.
Until it ends up on Hulu.
Possibly, yeah. It's funny.
So who actually owns it? Not Netflix. Who's that?
Joel Hodge
I think
Productions. guess.
okay.
Joel and Shout. So Shout has rights to distribute it.
Well, Shout has a streaming service too, so it might show up.
And plus, they kickstarted the revival on their own.
Yeah.
At the last minute, they said oh, Netflix is interested. Well, of course, we'll take extra money.
Yeah.
Totally.
So it's they were going to make a show without them to begin with. So why can't they just do that again?
I'm sure they'll be all right.
I think that just the resources that Netflix had for getting certain things done was probably better, especially with the thing is that yes, it's sad, and I liked that revival a lot, but there were two things that always kind of troubled me with this revival was how many more bad movies are we going to be able to find that are not going to be expensive to license for not just the episode itself, but also repackaging that on a Blu-ray/DVD, streaming rights. What are the things they got Mac and Me on there, and Mac and Me is not.
Not be that. Paul Rudd shows a clip of it every time he's on Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, so and Mac
I
and
didn't
Me.
think about that. That's a good point.
Mac and Me, as bad as it is probably more expensive to license than say Manos: The Hands of Fate was when it first released back in the early '90s. So
But they were probably able to work something out too, because Macamee was released as a collector's edition by Shout.
Yeah, so I mean, again, like there are ways to get it done. I just wondered, like, how are you going to be able to keep affording that at a certain point? Like they've expressed that it was an issue in the past as well, in the sci-fi era, and also like at the end of the day, like this was always a very insular show and like had a very specific fan base and a very niche audience. So,
I would argue doesn't care about the movies themselves, like. You can put anything in there as long as they do interesting jokes and commentary on them, like riff tracks.
Yeah,
it's really about the robots and the host and all that. So.
And it's weird because I know riff tracks and MST3K within the last couple of years have like kind of joined forces a lot more. Like MST3K episodes are sold as like digital downloads on riff tracks website through conjunction with them, but Riff Tracks doesn't just do like subpar movies. They also do the big budget movies where you put the track, you buy the track, and then you watch it with your Blu-ray or your streaming content. So they're a little bit more diversified than MST3K is. But I liked the show. I liked what Jonah did with it, and I liked Baron Vaughn and Hampton Yount and Oswalt and Felicia Day. So it'll be sad for it to go, but. This show has always found a way to survive somehow, so like it's 30 years later and it was still on television / Netflix. So, but yeah, sad to have that news come right before the Thanksgiving marathon that they normally do.
It's funny. Like a week ago, I was sitting around going like, "Man, isn't there supposed to be like a new season of Mystery Science Theater by now?" And then a couple days later, like, "Oh yeah."
Did they have 1 season or 2 seasons on Netflix?
They had 2.
2, okay.
Like, and the second one was only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Because they were hoping that, I guess it was, that might have been part of why it's canceled, because I think they were looking at the numbers for the Gauntlet. Because otherwise, why would you only give them 6 episodes?
Netflix has been doing that with a lot of their shows recently, where they give them like half seasons.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because 90% of the shows on Netflix are fucking garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And they cancel most of them in the second or third season, so.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on, I guess Albert Hughes, one of the 2 directors from Hell and Book of Eli, will be remaking The Fugitive.
What happened to his brother?
I do not know. It does not say here.
Oh, hoping that happened. They usually make movies together. The Hughes brothers.
I think a lot of the brother teams from the 90s / 2000s are splitting up because Lily Wachowski is doing the new Matrix movie without Lana. So
might as well. I mean, you can always branch out.
Yeah, no, exactly. But yeah, I have not rewatched The Fugitive in a while, so I don't know if it's due for any kind of remake.
I mean, it was a remake of the television show.
Yeah,
so.
It is. You know, as long as I don't know. I mean, you can always tell a different story.
Oh yeah, no,
it's just some dude on the run.
Yeah,
it's called U.S. Marshals.
That is U.S. Marshals, starring the great Robert Downey Jr. I don't know if you know this. He's the bad guy in it. Oh shit!
Oh man,
spoilers!
I haven't seen it.
Have you not seen U.S. Marshals?
I have not. No.
Really?
No.
Oh, well, really, spoilers then.
I knew that it was with the character from Tommy Lee Jones' character from The Fugitive, but I just never really cared to watch.
And Passenger 57.
But yeah,
to even things out, he's not the bad guy. Now you don't know who's telling the truth.
Yes.
So,
I mean, Henry, you're right, Henry. Ryan, stop lying to me.
Corinne, have you seen U.S. Marshals with Robert Downey Jr.?
I have not.
No. He plays a U.S. Marshal in it, who's a good guy.
You gotta remember there's kids in the room sometimes.
I don't care.
You should care. Oh, hey, nice pull. What is that movie? Is probably like 93?
93, so it's nearing 30 years old.
Holy shnikes.
Yeah.
You know, you forget Robert Downey Jr. is only like 55, but he's been in movies for 40-something years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Actually, I'm excited about this reboot because that means 4K re-release of The Fugitive.
Yep.
That's right.
Moving on, Godzilla vs. Kong, its release date got pushed 8 months to November, so...
I thought it was weird that they bumped it to March, because wasn't it supposed to come out in like August or something originally?
March.
No, but they moved it from the summer to March or something.
Like that, yeah.
Well, I think they probably had confidence during King of the Monsters release, and then when King of the Monsters didn't do wonderfully, they're pushing it a little bit more.
Or is going to be pushed to November because they think they have a shot at the Oscar.
Totally. Well, best visual effects for sure.
Yeah.
Because the Godzilla has pretty amazing visual effects in it.
King of the Monsters, while it might not be a perfect film, did look beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
So.
No, yeah, Kellen loves it.
Yeah. It's a I liked it because it gave me monster smashing shit.
Are you going to buy the $500 Godzilla Criterion?
Pre-ordered. Oh wait, it's already out. No, missed that one.
I saw it. They had it on sale at Barnes & Noble this week. So
Really?
Like the layout's really cool, but it's like, do I really like all those old Godzilla movies?
Wait, was that part of their half-off Criterion?
That's how I got the von
So instead of-
Strassenberg and
Instead of 500, it's 250. Oh my
I thought
gosh,
it was
that's a
500
great
from
deal.
1,000. Yeah, 250. That's a good deal.
I mean, to be fair, I've seen all of those films, and they're all garbage. And so I don't know if I'd say
If you
it's
put them
worth
in a
it.
pretty package,
That's
they
true.
suddenly have value.
I will say, when I was looking at it, it looked like it was just the book. It did not come with the movie. So that's-
yeah, it's like an oversized book. It's it's really nice layout, but
Nice
it's
pop
beautiful,
art
but
and all
like-
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
yeah, it's
But
audience
yeah,
for somebody, obviously.
yeah. But anyway, Godzilla vs. Kong. Can't wait to see it in
Yeah, it'll be
November
fun.
next year.
The first Godzilla vs. Kong film has a shot of King Kong being brought to a mountain to fight Godzilla via balloons. And it's one of the funniest shots in film history.
Right
Yeah,
on.
it's probably the worst King Kong
Oh, it's awful.
because it literally looks like a dude in an ape suit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Lacking the charm of
You know, when you're a kid and you go, "Oh, Godzilla vs. King Kong is going to be so awesome," and then you see it and you go, "Nope,
Nope.
nope,
Nope. Lacks the majesty of Cooper and Shodzak.
yep."
If anyone's curious, I have done a summary of every single King Kong film, every single King Kong and Godzilla film ever made. It's 30 minutes long, and it's on my channel.
And
so.
you should watch it because it is pretty damn great. Along with your other video on the Disney Channel movies.
More
watch-
coming eventually.
Watch Henry's stuff.
Thanks, Disney Plus.
It's wonderful. Moving on, in what seems like news that we've heard before, Daniel Craig says he's no longer going to be Bond after this new one, which is No Time to Die. In other
Starring in CSI Kentucky Fried.
Yeah. Dude, we'll talk about it in the review, but I mean, honestly, like, I can't wait for 5 months from now when I read the news. Good news: a dump truck full of money went in front of his house, so he'll play Bond one more time.
Well, I mean, was this his fourth or fifth one?
This is his fourth one. Yeah.
No,
and-
fifth.
This is
Fifth.
this is
Yeah, because it's
yeah, this will be his fifth.
Casino Royale,
Royale,
Quantum.
Skyfall,
Oh,
Spectre.
Spectre is the fourth one.
That's a
We need
pretty
to
good
go to
run.
Harmony, guys.
No Time to Die.
Yeah.
Well, everybody forgets Quantum of
Trailer
Solace,
drops
right?
Wednesday. I just got that ad on Facebook.
It's already
Really?
done more than Timothy Dalton.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
And more
matching
than
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah,
He's also going to be the only Bond to have been Bond for over 3 decades.
yeah.
Right on.
It still hasn't really aged.
No.
Beautiful son of a bitch.
I know.
Oh yeah.
My wife loves Casino Royale because there's a part where he's naked in it and like you can see his muscles.
And then he gets his balls crushed.
Yeah,
That's the best part.
Yeah.
she doesn't remember that part. She just remember he's naked being.
Well, there's also the hot scene of him coming out of the beach in those tight Speedos.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Corinne, you know what I'm talking about.
My favorite shot is watching Matt Mikkelsen cry. But
Casino Royale's badass.
it's a great movie.
I haven't seen that movie in a while.
It's really wonderful.
Time to watch all the Bonds.
But yeah, I mean, right now Daniel Craig to me is not so much James Bond as he is Joe Bang from Logan Lucky. Or
You and only you.
yeah,
Yep.
I like him as Joe Bang. You kidding, man? He's great in that movie, and he's great in our movie of the week.
You.
We're getting another Christopher Nolan prologue this December. This time for his movie Tenet, and it's going to play before Rise of Skywalker. Not so much a news story, just want to let y'all know.
Wait, in January, you said?
No, or December. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's ahead of the Star Wars trailer or movies.
No,
Apparently.
yeah, I was going to say, because I thought you said January. I was like, so they're going to wait. Like, and so,
No,
like,
no. Christmas time.
Yeah.
And Ryan, I think it was last week we were talking about the antitrust stuff being overturned. Well, something around that area came true because Netflix just signed a lease on a New York theater, the Paris Theater. It's going to use it for special events, screenings, and theatrical releases of its films. So one of the things we talked about last week came true.
It's like, man.
I think you can predict the future at this point.
Whether it's The Collected or
God damn it, that fucking title. Now the question is, are we going to see the third Collector movie?
oh yeah,
Or is
I think
it just
I think it wrap production.
Oh, God,
You know what else wrap production is? Avatar. 2 years, guys.
Oh, funny you'd mentioned that. Yeah, a movie that we're never sure will ever come out released a photo of stuff from wrapping for the year, and it's like a new vehicle.
Do you think Disney's like really annoyed with Cameron? They're like, dude, you're supposed to put this out 2 years ago.
I'm trying to
and
think.
Here we are.
You know what? But that's a large group you're talking about. I want to know Disney, yes. Linda Hamilton, probably.
If I was
Tim
Bob
Miller,
Iger,
probably.
I'd be like, dude, seriously? I mean, their release schedule doesn't make any sense either. So there's one in 2021, correct? Mm-hmm. And then 2024?
That sounds right.
And then 2025, and then again in 2028. No one cares. No one's going to care about this movie.
I think he's going to die before they ever actually get released.
Well, yeah, I mean, you still have 8 years. I guess he's going to tell a story. I don't know.
Well, did he tell a story for the first one?
No.
That could be a huge problem.
It still sits on my shelf, and I have not watched it since I saw it in theaters.
Well, now you can see how he intended on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah. So last week we discussed that a Rise of Skywalker script had ended up on eBay after being callously left in somebody's hotel room, and apparently John Boyega confessed.
That sounds like his story that he would be a part of. Because when he's like one of those dudes when you watch him in BTS footage or something, he just seems like a cool dude.
Yeah.
And he seems genuinely excited that he's part of Star Wars.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, no, he loves it. I mean, did you watch that Legacy feature where he seems like he's having a fun time?
Yeah, I would.
I also love that outtake where Harrison Ford talks about going to the supermarket. That's adorable.
I was more hoping there would just be Palpatine, like at some party, being like, "Yes," and he just left it there
no,
accidentally.
It's Ian McDiarmid because he's so senile at this point. He forgot it in his hotel room.
Yeah, I've been getting in an argument with somebody about how The Rise of Skywalker is going to play out, and the person is totally wrong. So
I think it's going to be like a bomb.
No. How the story's going to play out.
Oh, that kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah. And this
That
person
person's
is
in this room.
totally wrong.
Zach!
Oh, dude. Oh, I'm in Rise of
It's
Skywalker?
me.
Oh,
Yes.
it's you. Okay. It could be any one of
Which,
us guys.
by the way, Ryan, everything that has been coming out in all the interviews and magazines and stuff lately, it is pointing in
she
the
better
direction
put
that
a
I predicted.
lightsaber right through that motherfucker's heart
and
and say this is for
nope.
Han.
you know what? It could be anybody. It could be anything, and I've eliminated
And
no
then as
suspects.
the saber goes through his back, the heart's stuck on it and it's cooking. That'd be so sweet. And then Chewie comes up and takes it off and is like, "Arrgh." I've been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat.
I'm not
that would
saying,
be great vengeance for Chewie from Force Awakens.
Yes.
I love
I'm
it.
not saying it's definitely going to happen.
What if Chewie
I'm
ripped his
just
arms
saying-
off like they talk about in Star Wars? That'd be so sweet.
I'm just saying you should mentally prepare yourself for the possibility that I outlined in my post on the Real Nerds website, which you all should go and read, except for Brad, who doesn't want to be spoiled.
Don't worry, Brad. Her post is wrong.
I have a wonderful idea. Let's wait till the movie comes out in December and then talk about it then.
And then you'll all owe me money.
Nope.
I like the movie I've already directed in my head, so I'm going to wait to see that. And then check it out.
So if it's not what you want, are you going to put a petition out there to remake it with $200 million of fan-based money?
Of course.
Okay.
And the whole saga.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right. Are you going to tell J.J. Abrams that he doesn't know how to direct things and whatnot?
No, he's fired.
Okay.
Where you commented? I want to read your opinion.
but,
What post you commented on?
By the way, he revealed that information, though, on Good Morning America, but I like the tweet better, which is him going, "It was me,
here.
damn it!"
Yeah. Good job, John.
yeah.
Proud of you.
And within the Star Wars news, it's tracking for a $200 million opening weekend.
it.
Yeah.
Star Wars is done!
Fuck it. It's going to make its budget back in the first weekend.
So in other
In
news,
America alone.
so in other news, Disney's gonna make some more money.
You know,
they've made a lot of money this year, and they're gonna make more money.
don't know
Wow,
if
what
I
a surprise.
dislike Star Wars fans more than Mortal Kombat fans, or they're kind of on equal planes for me. Because here's the thing: is I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but there's this pocket of people that just are the most annoying and obnoxious people, where they just want to hate on it, and they don't.
Because
End of tirade.
because the things that they want don't happen.
That's
And then
why
they
The
get
Last
angry.
Jedi is the second greatest Star Wars movie.
Agreed.
Because
I don't know if I'd say it's the second greatest, but I think it's better than people say it is.
no, it's the second greatest.
You know, it is the second greatest because Yoda set shit on fire. That's why.
No, it's the second greatest because it took what we love about it and turned it all on its head.
That too.
Because he took chances in storytelling that no one took in that saga before.
Indeed.
But since the best one, which is Empire Strikes Back, and you play with people's emotions. Everyone says Rey has to be a Skywalker. No, she comes from nothing. And then you have them team up at the end, and Kylo, they kill kill the bad guy, and they have this moment. He says, "No, rule the galaxy with me," and she chooses not to.
Right.
I think there's something awesome with that, where you think Kylo's going to be a good guy, and he's like, "No, I still the piece of shit."
He's not going to be a good guy yet.
Never.
And I do hope that
He killed billions of people. He can never be a good guy.
and I hope that J.J. Abrams sticks with that trajectory. Again, we'll wait.
There's a
till the
great
movie comes
interview
out.
with him, J.J. Abrams, where he talks about that. Because, a lot of people are saying, well, did, Rian Johnson's Star Wars ruin it? He said, no, it challenged him as a storyteller because he went somewhere where he wasn't expecting it to go, and I think that's awesome.
Yep.
And that's why it's the second greatest Star Wars movie.
That and Yoda set shit on fire. That's a great scene. It's a great scene.
Yep.
Might
Because
come
Rian
up
Johnson
later.
burned down the what people expected.
Yeah.
I'm reading through your thing, and there's not enough gay stuff. Really need there to be more gay stuff in this.
Elizabeth Banks has
Oh
found
my God, there's still more news. I
Yeah.
thought this was a slow weekend.
You said there was one thing, and we've been talking for 30 fucking minutes.
this is the last thing. It's
Elizabeth Banks is going to be directing The Invisible Woman and starring in it.
Yeah.
Cool, moving
Hey,
on.
this is Blu-ray movie. Just kidding, Zach.
No, that's all good. No, the reason I'm bringing it up is because we are getting that Invisible Man in February. So I'm wondering, is Universal again trying to figure out what the fuck to do with their monsters?
Well, yeah, I mean, they already have the Dark Army with Paul Feig, so
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, yeah, it doesn't really give a plot.
I mean, we don't have an Abbott and Costello anymore, so Jay and Silent Bob meet the monsters.
No, don't.
It's going to be Seth Rogen and James Franco attack the monsters.
I'd prefer that if I have to choose. Yeah, and that's news.
These are Blu-rays coming out this week. I have one coming this week, I believe. I don't remember. I'm old as fuck. Older than all you guys. In my day, we used to go to Suncoast and get VHSs. Brad, did you go to Suncoast?
I did.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to be a grandfather and actually say that.
And Sam Goody.
Nice.
Sam Goody.
I remember spending $40 on the Chasing Amy Criterion at Media Play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I spent $40 on What Dreams May Come, the DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first week DVDs were out.
Yep. What was your first DVD you bought? Do you remember?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Nice. Mine was WrestleMania 15.
And then The Matrix was the second one.
Yeah, Matrix was really soon for me, too.
I bought the DVD player at the grocery store.
Really? I bought mine at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
With WrestleMania 15.
My first one was
What's a
Chicken Run.
DVD?
It's a thing Corinne still owns.
Oh.
I do. I really do.
And then you put it on your 4K TV and like they didn't format the DVD right, and it's basically just this little box. You go, oh wow, this is really compressed.
Yep.
But I don't have a 4K TV, so I don't really have to worry about
Do you want a
that.
4K player that might not play all the Blu-rays you own?
I don't have any 4Ks to play on it.
Well,
so.
it upscales Blu-rays too, so.
All
All right, well,
Whatever.
I mean, it could have been free.
Corinne hates free shit.
I guess so. I guess we'll give it to the.
I'll
senior
contemplate. I'll get back to you.
My parents are looking for one. They'll take
Are
it.
they? Do you want
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Sweet.
There you go.
It just needs the HDMI cord because I just kept the one I had.
Oh, I have plenty of them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Oh no one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was going to buy a Black Friday Blu-ray one, but I was like, I should really wait for 4K because, they'll get a 4K disc and they'll put it in and be like, it's not working.
So the good news is all the 4Ks still work on it that
Yeah.
I've used, and I recently put in a brand new one. So
yeah, they're not going to be inserting any, like, collector's edition
Okay,
obscure
cool.
shit. So
yeah, text me and remind me. I'll bring it to you.
sweet.
Anyway.
Problem solved.
You
Real
still have
nerds
the
getting
box?
shit done. I don't.
Oh.
I can put it in my Sony box that I still have.
What's coming out this week?
So anyway, I mean, if your parents will really appreciate it, then I'll totally do it.
Yeah, no, they will. I'll just find, like, a clever way to make it look new.
You'll need to get a new remote then. My dog scratched it up.
One of those nice universal remotes.
So you can get on Samsung because they broke one of my remotes for my TV on Amazon. They're like $19.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Like, the
not
less
bad.
remotes my parents can use, the best.
Okay,
'cause
cool.
It freaks them out when there's too many controls.
Yeah. Anyways, Blu-rays.
DVD releases and Blu-rays. Is one of the Blu-rays that you're getting Big Trouble in Little China Collector's
that is.
Edition?
I am getting that one.
Yeah, you can get that from Scream Factory is putting it out on Blu-ray. They
one
also
I'm
got
getting,
a
I forgot.
really cool steelbook and a nice old vinyl edition that includes all the versions of the release and a LP of the soundtrack.
Nice.
So pick that up. That I actually missed out on pre-ordering it, so I'm just gonna have to get it when I can.
Yeah.
But amongst new releases, Ready or Not, little favorite amongst us, is going to be finally released.
It's coming out.
The shitty cover art.
I know.
Yeah,
the cover art's garbage.
It's the worst cover art I've ever seen. It's almost as if
Wizard of Oz.
I don't think that's as bad as this.
It is.
This is lazy as shit. At the very least, that Wizard of Oz one had the it's black and white, but then it's color. I'm like, okay, that I'm susceptible
With
to
the horrible cartoon tornado in the middle.
Yes, and again, keep in mind, I'm susceptible to that kind of oh, that's adorable. This, however, is just literally text, what looks like a blood splatter and an attempt to look like a Kill Bill poster.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if though the company that bought the rights to this movie doesn't give a shit.
Universal.
No,
They had a
that's
beautiful movie poster. I don't know why they just copied it over.
Oh, it is Fox.
yeah, it's Fox. Amongst the bigger releases, I guess, is Game of Thrones: The Complete Series is available in a couple of editions, so you can pick that up.
The collector's set.
Probably
is
the
really
best
cool,
ending to a show
actually.
of all time, Game of Thrones.
Go fuck yourself, Ryan.
But between that, The Sopranos, and How I Met Your Mother.
Sopranos is a great ending. That is a great ending. Everybody just likes to
I know.
bitch about it.
I'm just saying, just like Game of Thrones.
So same as Game of Thrones.
Oh, I haven't seen Game of Thrones. So
I mean, if I didn't know how the books would end because the dude's not writing them, that's exactly how it would end this show.
but he's busy counting his money. That's
I mean, I would.
But
I
it's-
like the part where Jon Snow was like, "It truly is a Game of Thrones."
And then
The camera pulls back and reveals everyone's in a snow globe.
and then the dragon lady's like, "You're right, a game you won of Thrones.
That did not happen.
These thrones of the game you're playing no longer matter."
this may be though.
That's how it ends.
If it's relatively well priced, I may just end up grabbing it and just finally watching this.
No,
fucking
I think
show.
it's a cool show. You know, I'm done with season 7, so I have one more season to go through, and it reminds me a lot of Lost, where people really hated the ending of Lost, but I didn't see it until about a year after it happened. I thought the ending of Lost was amazing.
Yeah.
So who knows?
But yeah, moving on.
Look at Corinne just biting her tongue over there, like giving me.
Okay, here's the thing.
Between Corinne and my wife, man, I got my eyes rolled at me constantly today.
Here's the thing, Ryan. So when you watch it, you will already know that people were disappointed with it, just like you knew that people were disappointed with the ending of
Sure.
Lost. So your expectations will be low.
Well, no, I think even if you're disappointed with it, I don't. If it tells the story how it's supposed to be told, it doesn't matter.
Season 8 is just a pile of garbage. You haven't seen season 8 yet, so you don't know.
I know, I know, but
that's
I mean, that's your opinion of season 8.
Seasons 1 through 4 are great. Seasons 5, 6, 7 all progressively get worse.
But you also
one
said
after
Disney
the
hasn't
other.
been great in years, and I can point to like 5 or 6 movies that are pretty great. So we're always in this constant struggle, Corinne. Always.
I'm just saying,
Zootopia,
you might want to
Moana.
reserve judgment until you actually see season 8 and the
I will.
finale, because it
I will.
is.
I'm not. That's why I don't know yet.
I've heard people who watch the show. They've told me that they did not like how it
Yep.
ended. So.
Mantra of Real Nerds Podcast. We don't know until we see it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe I'll hate it. Who knows?
You know, hey Ryan, have you seen Slaughterhouse 5 from 1972?
I have.
Okay, well you can now watch it again with Arrow Video on Blu-ray.
I'm good, thanks.
It's a good movie. It's good. It's
Is it?
not a great adaptation.
Is it
It's
good?
it's okay. It's not the book, but nothing's going to be that book because that book is written by
Okay.
a wonderfully insane person.
This is movies, not books.
Yeah,
Me no need to read.
no, but I appreciate what they did with that movie, but it's made in the 70s. They don't really. They're not going for the true essence of Vonnegut, nor are they going to.
Yeah.
This is Real Nerds
It's all right.
Podcast, not Page Nerds Podcast. So
Pardon me,
Ooh.
Mr. Snippy.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, he's from New York. His opinion matters more than anybody
East
else.
Coast.
I'm very important.
Criterion's putting out a couple things. The Story of Temple Drake with Miriam Hopkins from 1933. You can check that out. And then an Alec Guinness movie from 1960 called Tunes of Glory. I've never heard of this. I'd love to check it out. Kino Lorber's putting out The
Was
Magic
All About
Sword.
Eve last week?
Yeah, it was last week. Yeah.
a good movie.
They've been rolling out a lot for the holidays. Along with Now Voyager was last week as well.
Another Betty Davis.
Yeah, it was Betty Davis week last week.
Nice. What if she had Betty Davis eyes?
I'm pretty sure she does. I'd have to double check.
You can see her.
The Phantasm Sphere collection is being released.
So are they putting the movies actually in the sphere?
I can't tell.
Can
you tell me?
It'd be sweet if you opened it and it went, boy. So, anyone else think the first Phantasm's garbage, but the second one's pretty, like, insanely awesome?
So I've never seen
them.
Neither
have I, but I've seen clips of him going, boy. Like, so I get that reference.
They're okay.
I have to check it out. Originally, before I did Hitchcock, I was going to do Don Coscarelli, but I did not do that.
Well, it'd be nice to him because I heard he's a fucking asshole, so. Bruce Campbell won't work with him ever again.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard they're still friends off professional
exactly.
stuff, so.
He won't work with him professionally.
Well, that's, sometimes you...
Just like me and Brad.
Ooh. And then that looks like it's pretty much it, unless you really want to see the 4K Ultra HD IMAX enhanced narrated by Russell Crowe documentary called Turtle Odyssey. If I ever wanted to do something with my free time, it's listen to Russell Crowe talk about turtles.
Please tell me it is an adaptation of the Odyssey with turtles.
Ooh.
No, see, I would watch that.
That would be great.
Especially if they were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh my god. And there could be a Cyclops turtle, and then there can be some Siren turtles and all that
Did you
stuff.
see Knives
if
Out at the
Wishbone
Alamo?
can do it, why can't the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I did.
The pre-show with, like, the dogs as detectives, I really want to see the whole movie.
No, yeah, they'll never show the whole thing.
I know. I'm just saying I have to find that movie. It's like from the 30s, and it's these dogs with human voices, and it's pretty crappy, but it looks awesome.
What does IMAX enhanced mean?
I don't know. I think that just means that the frame is full.
Yeah, so some movies that are...
more of your money.
If you watch... so Spider-Man Far From Home in 4K is normal letterbox until it's the IMAX parts, and it stretches out on the screen.
Oh, okay,
kind of
okay.
They
like
do that in Dark Knight.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
the Nolan
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I lied. There is one more release. It's the Goldfinch.
I saw that.
The only reason I didn't bring it up is because
I was the only one. So
Ever.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
What was it?
it was so. It's like I read the book, and the book's great, and you can tell that it's supposed to be a book. Like,
and that's it.
they kind of cut like the most interesting part of the book gets into when they get into like art forgery and like the underground art illegal trade, and they like boiled that down to like 10 minutes in the movie, which is kind of like the fun part of the book. I mean, it's fine if it's not awful. But if you're real, you might like it. You like boring shit like I do. So you might enjoy it. Like,
Yes.
I've never read The Goldfinch, but I did watch the Thug Notes YouTube video about it, so I feel like I've been there.
I mean, that one also won the Pulitzer Prize, so it's fine.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who's watched Thug Notes.
Thug Notes is great.
It's wonderful. But yeah, that's Blu-rays.
I just feel like they're wearing their like bulletproof vests, or is it just me? Just me. Perfect.
Every day I get out of bed, I'm like, God, I just feel like I gotta get this bulletproof vest off me.
Actually, not bulletproof vests.
I know these rock hard abs and chest kind of feel like I'm wearing a bulletproof
Yes.
vest all the time.
Yes.
There's a lot of ego.
J.
in the
Crew
room.
model. I've been spreading that rumor.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep. The shout out. This is some stuff we've been watching this week, and I guess Corinne watched something. I don't know. She teased you at the beginning of the show of YouTube being there and then going to the library for a British thing, and I'm guessing it has to do with tea and biscuits, and I'm sure she'll tell us there's a hot guy in it, and it's probably some dude with fucked up teeth, and this is the stuff we've been watching this week.
So, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Okay, so I'm willing to bet it's Hugh Grant is the guy this week.
Oh, the hooker fucker. You know, if I was a British guy and my wife was Elizabeth Hurley, who is stunning, I would probably ruin my marriage by fucking some hooker in L.A.
Also, very, very small detail from the 90s, sir. I'm
you were
glad
gonna
that
say
you
dick.
remember it.
I
because
remember
I don't
everything.
remember it.
I remember who killed Bob Crane, God damn it.
Weren't you like 5 minutes ago talking about how you're too old to remember stuff?
Yeah. But that was just me saying that that's part of the gig. You're like, oh, he's dumb, but I really remember.
I don't know if I trust a cop with memory loss.
To be fair,
Thank you for laughing at my Bob Crane joke. The
Yeah.
only person.
I mean, you know
I
what?
don't know who that is.
It's okay, he's dead.
Bob Crane.
He doesn't know who he is either.
Bob Crane was a pseudonym for Greg Kinnear, and he was killed by Willem Dafoe. Watch Autofocus, guys. It's a great
that
movie
could
by
be
Paul
truthful
Schrader.
or a lie, and it makes no difference to me.
Watch Autofocus by Paul Schrader. Corinne, what have you watched?
No, Papa, this isn't your show. This is not your show. Brad, what have you been watching this week?
Oh, the suspense rises.
This week I watched. I went to the theater and I watched the Never Surrender Galaxy Quest documentary. And that was way more fun than I thought it would be. Because I feel like the Blu-ray kind of has enough supplementals that you kind of get the story. But this, it's from the people who do the Honest Trailers.
Screen Junkies.
Yeah, Screen Junkies. And I actually
So is it good, unlike Honest Trailers?
It's actually a really well-made documentary, and they even get most of the people from the movie. Even Tim Allen's in there, Sigourney Weaver, Sam
Just tell me they don't
Rockwell.
go, and now we're going to talk to the star of it. Because that's what, Honest Trailers does.
No, but there's some, there's a lot of...
Thank you, Andrew.
Because they would do that.
That's true.
But they do have some really in-depth stuff talking about how, Alan Rickman didn't like Tim Allen on set.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Tim Allen's an asshole.
There's the part where Tim Allen has to actually emote and act when Malthazar
He has to actually do his job.
Yeah, for most of the movie, he's just being this arrogant, swaggery guy, and then he has to actually do this heartfelt scene with Malthazar dying, and then Alan Rickman was over by the director, off camera, and it's I wonder how he feels actually acting for once. Something to that effect.
Ooh.
Or no,
Rick.
He whispered, "Looks like Tim finally discovered acting."
Love it.
Yeah.
Because Rickman's a badass actor, so that is awesome.
Yeah. And so they go through all these great levels of production, casting and finding the director, and then actually Harold Ramis was supposed to direct it initially, and then dropped out because he just wasn't vibing with.
Because Tim Allen was involved.
Yeah, actually, trying to cast the
Send him
captain
to
was
his
the
grave.
hardest part. Yeah, I forget who else was 20 years later. I forget who else was in the running. I think Bruce Willis was actually one of the people they showed.
Did they only want to cast extreme assholes for the lead?
Well, if you're trying to capture that Shatner Kirk vibe, that kind of makes sense.
Was O.J. Simpson just unavailable that day?
Well, I think their reasoning was initially with Harold Ramis, they were trying to find someone who could just be the silly captain. But the guy who ended up directing it realized that it had to be this guy who, actually the writers said it was they had the original idea for Galaxy Quest was this other thing, and the writer was the only one who came in and said the main character has to actually love being the character and wish you could keep doing it again, whereas the original vision, there was always a wash-up who he was like William Shatner, who did the Saturday Night Live skit where it's get over Star Trek. That's how it was originally written, and then the new writer came in and switched it where he's he would love to play this character again, and that's all he lives for. That's what really clicked to make the movie work.
It gives the heart to the movie.
Yeah, so it's great if you get a chance to check it out. I definitely recommend it.
I know we were ragging on Alan, but I do like the scene when he's at the convention, he's signing stuff, and then at just one point, he's just suddenly his depression just starts sinking in because of the guys who are making fun of him, and he just gets very testy and leaves.
The character, yeah,
yeah, he's good in it. It is the best Tim Allen performance. Period. There's no other
other
good
than
one.
Buzz Lightyear. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, live action.
Yeah. So definitely worth a watch. And then last thing I watched was Executive Decision.
Oh,
which is the other Air Force One movie.
Steven Seagal dying early.
Yep. Sorry, whoever has not seen it yet.
Well, I haven't seen it, Zach.
Oh, whatever.
You know what? RDJ is the bad guy.
So
Way to go, Zach. You're the Charlie Brown of the podcast.
Just whatever you do, don't offer for me to kick any footballs. My back hurts.
So this movie is like really quite, I don't know, it's just, I like Air Force One, and there really are similar movies, except Kurt Russell's not the president, but he's still like a data analyst who gets sucked into, it's actually closer to Die Hard 2.
Yeah.
But I was just like watching the movie, I don't. It's so like 90s silly action movie, and it's just not as well. It seems like a lot of decisions were made by like different level of people.
I don't think it's choreographed as well. Like the pacing and stuff.
Yeah,
and the action.
I don't think it knows what it wants to be.
Yeah,
and it's also like I wrote a note down because the movie started out with the same setup as Air Force One, except minus the president being involved. But it was one of those movies from that era where like within 6 months a similar movie came out. So it was like Executive Decision in Air Force One, A Bug's Life and Ants, Deep Impact, Armageddon, like those kind of movies. And but like even like I said, it was similar to Die Hard 2. Even the ending is similar because the plane crashes, or they just that crash landing, right? And so all the emergency vehicles are like pulling up, and then in Die Hard 2, Bruce Willis gets out, like finds his wife, and they drive off in the limo or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's like a Christmas song. That's the same ending to this movie.
That's right. Fuck.
But yeah,
wow,
Kurt
you
Russell
blew my
plays this,
mind
like,
right now.
Yeah, he's like the only guy who can recognize this terrorist voice on recordings, and he gets recruited to go up. Some terrorists actually, I doubt they ever show this movie on cable anymore because it's like if you wanted to know how to hijack a plane, they go into great levels of detail, kind of showing, and there's like guns already stashed on the plane at one point. Like, how'd those even get there? I don't know. But
is it fair to say, like, even though like Die Hard 2's got like a John McClane in it,
Die Harder,
to
say
kind
the
of
rest of it.
Sure, to kind of carry it through, like. I kind of like prefer rewatching Executive Decision over a Die Hard 2. It's not because Die Hard 2 is not good. It's just it doesn't interest me as much as say like watching Kurt Russell fight bad guys on a plane.
John McClane's a more interesting character to follow.
He is, but like out of all the Die Hard movies, I have options to watch. Like I mean,
I'd watch that before 5 any day.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I guess that's true. But I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't think Executive Decision's bad. Like, it's watchable.
It's just
like,
it just has.
I don't
aged
remember
well.
it enough.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it has.
Like I said, like it's tough to watch like terrorists hijack a plane.
Yeah, sure. I think it's because I like Kurt Russell a lot.
Kurt Russell's fine.
Yeah, he's fine in it, and like most of the people in it are fine. It's just like it's just not as interesting and well crafted as Air Force One.
Yeah.
Like there's even one point where you think like the action's going to pick up, and actually there's surprisingly not a lot of action in this movie.
Yeah,
it's more of a thriller. Or attempted a thriller.
It's more of a romance.
Yeah.
Between Kurt Russell and the sky.
Like there's whole sequences just like, okay, they get up into, which I've never been on a plane that has like 3 rows and like the large middle section and like there's all this extra headroom to like go into the rafters and like look down through the cabin.
Fly International. Yeah, like 747s actually have a whole second deck.
Yeah, for the it's a little half deck for the captain's cabin and everything, and then there's like a little dumbwaiter that goes down between the 2 decks. Like, yeah.
The only time I've flown on one like that was like from LA to New York. So it's like those types of flights. So
definitely long ones.
Or Snakes on a Plane. Snakes on a Plane is a good double decker. A lot of space.
That's right.
For plenty of snakes to be on that fucking plane.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's high stakes. Like there's a, 24, like the nerve gas. They have this suitcase of nerve gas that has like a trigger system, and then halfway through the movie, we find out like it was a decoy trigger. There's actually another one embedded inside it, and it has lasers pointed at the little thing, and you can't. Once the 2 metal tips touch, then they'll go off. So Oliver Platt has to put a straw between them and save the day. But it's like playing Operations, so he doesn't hit the lasers. It's just like
that is mid-90s.
Yeah, like I said, it's just like they were making the movie, and the producer's just like, not suspenseful enough. Add another layer. Add lasers to it.
But why? It doesn't make any sense. Don't question my vision.
We shot the
You
terrorist.
already vetoed the sharks.
The terrorist is dead. Now let's try to crash the plane.
I just realized my defense argument for Executive Decision went down when I remembered that was part of the movie.
Oh, and then the the terrorists do shoot a hole in the window, so a section of the planes gets sucked apart. But then the rest of it's fine. Like it survives like another 100 miles with this hole in it, and people aren't getting sucked out anymore.
Well, luckily, just put another straw in that hole, and it was fine.
Yeah.
So.
Put up some of the complimentary
open with the body.
blankets.
Guys. Straw. It'll solve all the problems. Steven Skull's dead. Straw.
Joe Morton from Terminator 2, like he's
right.
the captain or whatever, and he like while they're coming from the stealth fighter into the cabin, like he gets knocked unconscious, and then like through the rest of the movie, he's just like laying there trying to dictate like how you cross the wires and stuff. Just it's like a movie where they just add levels and levels of suspense to things that are just like, oh my god, this is implausible. That's all I watched.
Was it on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna rewatch it.
Yeah, Netflix has like a whole cache of like B-level '90s movies that I'm working through. Like the Last Boy Scout I did last week, and you weren't here.
It's always fun when you find.
I haven't heard the episode yet. It's not up yet.
Yep.
So I don't know.
I know.
Corinne, what'd you watch this week?
From the British Broadcasting Channel.
Well, since you brought it up,
I'm anxious.
you're,
The boy.
The longer you wait, the worse it's gonna get. You just need to reveal it.
so I think whenever we talked about Mansfield Park on here, I mentioned how I've never read Northanger Abbey, which is one of Jane Austen's 6 novels that she wrote. And so I decided, well, I don't know if I want to read it, but I can at least watch the adaptation of it, right? So I found it on YouTube, and I watched it, and it's really good.
Except for the last part that didn't work.
That is true. Yeah, the audio got out of sync, so like they would say something, and then like 5 seconds later they would actually talk. So
That's hard to watch.
yeah. But it's really good. It's got Felicity Jones in it. The version I watched.
Felicity Jones.
I think it's 2007, I want to say. And the Mr. Tilney is J.J. Field, who was in Ford v Ferrari, apparently. Although I don't know who he played, but...
The Ferrari.
Say like we should be able.
You should be on the show more often, Henry. Thank you for laughing at my jokes.
Henry, the human laugh track.
I'm an Italian car.
Nah, J.J. Field's pretty good. He's... I watched him in a movie earlier this year called Austin Land, and he plays like the main guy in that as well. And I wouldn't say he's like sexy, but he's definitely good looking. So that's always a bonus. Ryan,
Always. I
he
said it was
doesn't have
a
shitty
bonus.
teeth.
Probably because it's CGI.
Nope.
Do you remember the old what was it? What was the name of the toothpaste on Saturday Night Live with Mike Myers as Headley and Weich?
Yeah.
And as a British toothpaste made with 2 cups of pure cane sugar. Anywho,
have any of you read or watched Northanger Abbey?
No.
Henry? No. Okay.
I am Austin ignorant.
That's sad.
I know. I'm a sad person.
I mean, this is, like I said, this was the only one of the 6 that I hadn't read or watched. So as I was watching it, I was like picking out different like Austen type characters of like, oh, that's the guy, he's not to be trusted. Oh, this is the like friend who will end up doing something shitty later when she did. And Mr. Tilney, when he's first introduced, is like almost a little too good to be true. And so I was like wary of it. I'm like, I know he's like the Austen hero of the story, but like, how do we get there? Like, does he do something first and then he, whatever? And so, yeah.
So what you're saying is that Jane Austen's a hack.
oh
No, she's not a hack.
didn't.
She just uses some of the same plot points and character descriptors. In like Willoughby in Sense and Sensibility is very similar to Wickham in Pride and Prejudice.
2 words and an ampersand.
I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I've been familiar with in the Austen realm is Pride and Prejudice. So
And zombies?
Well, that too, but the other one too. So
Yeah,
The movie's actually pretty good.
This is I think this was Jane Austen wrote it earlier in her career, and I've been told that the book itself is kind of rough reading because of that. Like, it's a young writer kind of trying to find her voice. And I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but that's just one of the reasons why I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
But so Northanger Abbey is a house that the protagonist, who's played by Felicity Jones in the adaptation, goes to toward the end of the
She
story.
married Stephen Hawkins, if I remember correctly. Yeah, perfect.
And so, you know, as she's like driving up, Mr. Tilney's like telling her like, oh, you know, it's supposedly haunted and like has all these like ghost stories and things attached to it.
Cool, I'm
And
invested.
So it kind of has like an atmosphere to it once they get to the house itself, but there's like an underlying thread of like the dangers of becoming wrapped up in a fantasy world because she reads a lot of novels and kind of fantasizes about things that happen in the novels happening to her. Yeah, you just have to watch it. It's hard to explain.
Does it
but
operate in a bit of a gothic realm, like gothic romance?
yeah,
vibe?
like toward the end of it, yes.
Okay.
Once they get to Northanger Abbey, yes.
As insane as Crimson Peak?
I haven't seen Crimson Peak, but it's
Ooh.
very much in a Jane Eyre sort of.
You should borrow Crimson Peak from me and tell me what you think. Because I think I don't know if you'll love it.
That
but
is
I
a
think
horror
you'll
film you might not mind.
Yeah, it's because it is it's not.
I
it's
mean,
not,
I know the premise of it, and I know Tom Hiddleston's in it, and it's like a period drama
Yeah.
horror.
and it's
Yeah.
kind of like a Wuthering Heights or a Rebecca
Yeah.
in that respect.
Now that I think about it, that might not be a
Wuthering
bad one for
Heights
you
is
to watch.
garbage.
And it's Guillermo del Toro, so there are monsters.
And blood.
Yes,
I do like Guillermo del
but
Toro.
but the monsters are not what they seem. But no, this sounds interesting. I might want to check out. Like, maybe it'll be compelling me to read some Jane Austen finally.
You should. I mean, I like her stuff. What the hell's happening over there?
Nothing. Keep talking about your movie.
Sure. So, as you might have heard, I got Disney Plus.
Hell yeah!
I watched The Little Mermaid. It's
Yay.
amazing. I watched Beauty and the Beast. It's also amazing. I kind of forgot how good that movie is on
Great
its own
movie.
merit.
Yeah.
I want to do a post about it because
It's one of those movies you watch and it's because it's so universally loved and you forget how great of a movie it actually is when you watch it. You go, oh yeah, this is why this movie. I did the same thing with Aladdin a couple weeks ago.
well, there are all those assholes on the internet that like try to tear the movie apart through like plot holes. Like, well, if he was a beast for 10 years, then it's 21 now. Then that means that he answered the door as an 11-year-old. And you're like, shut the fuck up! It's a fucking fairy tale.
They know it's a cartoon, right? They know that cartoon logic. They don't.
That's
always
why I don't.
mesh.
That's why I don't dig deep on the internet. I go to like 6 websites.
Because if that's the case, I
You
want
don't have
find
to dig
it.
deep to find it.
Because if that's the case, I want to ask those people: do you think that Daffy Duck, when his bill gets turned around during the duck season, rabbit season routine, do you think that he has like a huge procedure to twist it back on? No, he just twists it back on. Sorry, rant over.
So I know one of the things they pointed out in the Honest trailer of the animated version is like how
Beast doing here? Fucking hate Honest trailers.
is how Gaston and the Beast are very similar. You know, like they're both violent, they're both hairy, they both imprison her dad.
But one has room to go to grow, and the other one is good at expectorating.
Well,
No one's tough as Gaston. so
one
I
of
don't
the things I noticed is that Gaston is like constantly violent to LeFou.
Oh yeah.
know.
Like he's like constantly like throwing stuff at him or like pushing him around, and I'm like,
'Cause he's a bully.
yes, the Beast, as much of an asshole as he is at the beginning of the movie, does not inflict violence on anybody
Except
other than
wolves.
Maurice.
Well, those wolves had it coming, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, those wolves, but they're not humans. They're not humans. That's the point.
Yeah. No, no.
They're just filthy animals.
Vegan
Just
alert.
like he is.
Yeah, that's silly.
Anyway,
Hashtag
so
wolf rights.
I want to do a post about it
Should.
eventually because I've wanted to do one for a while on like different adaptations of Beauty and the Beast and like how much merit each of them have.
I still love in the remake when Ian McKellen asked to be changed back. Great moment.
So I had been talking with Henry earlier that I watched a Martin Scorsese movie this week. I watched Silence for the first time.
Ooh. It's a good recent one.
It's a very un-Scorsese film to watch.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not.
Andrew Garfield broke my heart in that movie. And Emma Stone's.
Ooh, that's true. It's I think mainly what amongst it is
when Stacey died that day. So, give you some story there. They were dating, and he cheated on her while he was making that movie.
because he said he needed to be committed to his character.
Could he be committed
With
to his
Adam
character?
Driver.
Yep. Because he was wearing those Kylo high pants, and it was just on.
Well, and Liam Neeson because he's Liam Neeson, and there are stories about Liam Neeson.
Anyways, silence. Grin.
I have mixed feelings about it. I really liked the subject matter that they were tackling. I think that's a story that needs to be told. I just don't know if that was the way to tell it because the movie feels really long. I had about an hour-long conversation with Jerry on the phone before I came here, and we were talking at length about this movie, and we agreed that it should have been a mini-series. I think that this story lends itself better to a mini-series type format than a almost 3-hour-long movie.
I could see that.
Because the pacing really
Yeah.
does feel weird. Because right about the time that Andrew Garfield's
Film.
right about the time that Andrew Garfield's character gets captured, I was like, oh, so we're gonna start wrapping this up, right? He's getting captured. This is usually where things start to go south right before the big. And then the thing ends, and I looked at the thing, and it's like, nope, we still have an hour and a half left of this thing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He gets captured multiple times, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's not the. I mean, was
This
it
was the final time when he gets captured and sent to.
when he's in that community and meets Liam Neeson again, and Liam Neeson's going recant. But I mean, I appreciated the length, in as much as that. It allowed me to kind of go through his crisis of faith in an almost natural unfolding of that situation up to the very end point. But I could actually, I'd love to see it in a mini-series format within that respect. I've never read.
I think that would help with the tonal shifts and the different subject matter. Because the first half is it's on the ground level. You're seeing the problem through the perspective of these priests and the peasants. But then the second half shifts to, when he's in prison and he's talking to the Inquisitor, the governor, whatever, and it looks more at the big picture perspective and the kind of political things that are going on. And the entire, the issue hasn't changed, but the way that it's looked at has changed dramatically. And I think if you broke it up into a miniseries, it would help. Because it almost feels like two different movies.
By design, I think it already is going to be that anyway, no matter what. And the story itself is kind of two different things, because then it suddenly becomes much more about. It's less about saving Father Rivera than about dealing with Andrew Garfield's character's crisis of faith. And it's a good movie. It's a really. It's
a well-made movie. I mean, it looks beautiful and all the performances are great.
I appreciate it on multiple levels, one of them being it's the one Scorsese film that James will agree is good. So, but I mean, I appreciated the approach to it because it's kind of like a good capper to his religious trilogy, which would be Last Temptation of Christ, Kundun, and this. So, and I think out of all three of those, Last Temptation of the Christ is the only one that looks like a Scorsese movie.
Do you remember in The Last Temptation of Christ when he goes in there and starts punching all the people? Yeah, that was awesome.
It is awesome.
Chris Farley interviewed Martin Scorsese.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad you at least watched it.
I really appreciate having discussions about it. I think it raises some good questions and some topics of conversation, but there are still aspects about it that frustrate me.
I mean, when I watched it, I certainly haven't gone to church in years. My faith kind of took a nosedive years ago, but I appreciate stories that try to tackle with that issue, and I think that Silence does it very well. It's not like a Scorsese movie I'm going to go back to willingly a bunch. I'll watch The Irishman again before I'll watch Silence because Irishman's a story that compels me more. But, and also Irishman's great too.
The last thing I'll talk about, which I will probably write a post about for the website, is The Mandalorian, which is fucking awesome.
It is
and
awesome.
it's probably going to get a couple thousand words said about how awesome it is.
Nice. I love the now the Baby Yoda sipping soup is like a thing now.
Yes.
All over the internet, because I wanted something to replace that fucking cat one, and I'm glad it's Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I mean, I've loved the memes that are coming out of it, but this show is great.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
It's to the point now where I have to watch it like first thing when I wake up on Friday because I don't want the internet.
On Fridays though, because it seems like they're like all over the place, or maybe I'm just not paying attention closely
Well,
enough.
when it first launched, it launched on a Tuesday, and the first episode was already uploaded. Then that Friday, right after, the second episode was uploaded. And so then it's been every Friday since.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I have to watch it like that morning, or otherwise the internet will spoil things for me. Like, I've tried to stay up till midnight, but it doesn't get posted at midnight. Damn it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's awesome.
That's all I've been watching.
Zach? Just a couple things.
More than a couple things.
Fuck. Who would have guessed?
We've only got 20 minutes left, guys, so.
Oh.
Wait, what?
The sponsors are really getting on our ass this week.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What sponsors?
Episodes are an hour 30 from now on, so.
Tweaked Audio
No
sponsor.
I rewatched Ken Burns' Roosevelt's an Intimate History.
You and Ken Burns, man.
I love Ken. He's a wonder. You know what? He's a wonderful cat.
You
I don't
probably
know
have seen more Ken Burns movie than Ken Burns.
Hey, somebody has to, right? I mean, he shot all that footage and enlarged all those photographs and zoomed in on all those photographs. Like, who else is going to watch it but me?
Did he recently do one about country music? Or
He
is that
hasn't. I
somebody
haven't
else?
watched it yet because I don't have. We've got a DVR. I don't use it. My folks use it, so I'm going to wait till I can purchase it.
But he did do that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, because, well, here's a little peek into my work life. I talked to John McEwen of the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band when he was in Silver Plume for like a concert, and he told me he's in that documentary.
Oh, nice. Might be near the end then.
No, Ken
I don't
Burns makes good
remember. I think he's in a couple of different episodes.
Right on. Yeah, no. I mean, I would definitely want to check it. I love his jazz miniseries, so I would definitely check out the country music one because he has a way of introducing a case for different types of genres and different types of subjects. The Roosevelt one I've seen multiple times, like within the last 4 years. I just like rewatching it. I don't know why. It's just an interesting story. And within that, I kind of kept the PBS train going, and I watched The American Experience, The Circus. And there's nothing like extremely like significant.
Animals.
Well, see, like, and so I've only watched the first part. I've only watched the first part, and I need to watch part 2 still. But like the first 10 minutes of it, I had almost forgotten. Like, oh yeah, the circus isn't around anymore. Yeah. That's so weird. Like just because like it was all everywhere when I was a kid. But the thing that in the first 10 minutes they talk about P.T. Barnum and his history, and I was just like, oh, I remember being fair towards Greatest Showman and if it's irresponsible or not. And I don't think I could make that defense anymore because there's even stuff that's presented in that documentary that I didn't even realize the full extent of P.T. Barnum's despicableness. Like, I knew that he was a problematic fucker, but like, there's
problematic. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Very.
I'll be meaner. He's an asshole. But there's just like, I don't think there's any way I could ever tell somebody, yeah, watch Greatest Showman. Like, be misinformed. That's totally cool. But it's fine because Hugh Jackman's in it. I mean, and he's good in that movie, but that's not the point. But yeah, The Circus, American Experience Part 1, good so far. I'm going to watch Part 2. I'll let y'all know what happened to the circus. Spoiler alert, I think it got destroyed.
Oh, no.
Spoiler alert, I think an elephant flew.
I ain't never seen an elephant fly. No way, no how.
I saw a peanut stand and heard a rubber band. Let's see. Sorry, I thought I watched something. I guess I didn't. I went with Henry on Friday, and I finally saw Dr. Sleep. I've had to make this disclosure when I've discussed it with people. I don't hate Kubrick's The Shining. I don't love it as much as other people do. It's a good movie.
The Shining's very polarizing.
Yeah,
I found.
But that's the thing. Like, I mean, like we've talked about it before. It's not a go-to for me. I like it, like, and I'll watch it, But like
It's well made.
but like over discussing it has been like a kind of a deterrent for me because I'm just like I don't. You know what? Room 237, that documentary, is a good documentary about how people are crazy.
Well,
Like-
you know why I don't like it? I think my biggest problem with it is
Yeah.
it's the movie that critics will say is the greatest horror film of all time, and I don't believe it's a horror film.
See, I think that overhyping is an issue. It's a good movie. It's a hypnotic movie, and it keeps you focused.
It's well made.
But exactly, and like Nicholson's good in it. But again, like, is it something that I go back to? Do I consider it one of the scariest movies ever made? Not really. But I really liked Dr. Sleep because, in spite of the fact that I don't revere The Shining, I do love The Shining, and I like discussing Kubrick and talking Kubrick.
Plus, Ewan McGregor's in it, and he's hot.
Oh, hot AF.
I'll get to him.
And also, I just want to point, Rebecca Ferguson is fucking gorgeous in this movie.
Yeah, and she's good in it
Murder
too.
me any goddamn day, Rebecca Ferguson.
But anyway, what I could say is that Mike Flanagan, who directed Gerald's Game, did this film. He did a thankless job of merging two divergent visions and making something cohesive out of it. That's, I think, one of my favorite movies of the year, only because how much fun I had watching it. If you don't know Dr. Sleep, it's about Danny Torrance, who was the kid in The Shining. He's grown up years later. He's become a drunk like his father. He decides to clean up his act, becomes an orderly in a hospital where he's kind of comforting people in their final moments using his shine. And he gets sober and then discovers other people with other shines who are hunting. And
is it called The Shine or is it The Shining?
They call it The Shining or a shine. Like they kind of go between both.
Well, I mean, he is a janitor, so maybe he's shining the floor. So I'm getting confused.
Ooh, that's a good joke. That's a thinker. That's a way Homer right there.
Yes.
But he discovers that bad people with The Shining are hunting down and killing children with shine and sucking out their energy before they die, based out of their fear and stuff. And he makes a connection with a young woman who's their next target, and within that gets to confront his own demons despite having moved on from those events by getting sober and all that stuff. One of the reasons I love the film is partially because of that aspect of like, how does one deal with recovery? But in a more major focus, like, it takes a lot of balls to take the Kubrick version, which is lauded by cinephiles.
Randy Marsh size balls?
I mean, are they the ones that he can bounce on? And if that's the case, then I think yes.
Zach, don't over-explain my jokes.
To take those two different versions of what King wants and what Kubrick wants, and to take those visuals that have been so lauded over the past 30 or 40 years, and to repurpose them in an emotional and human way is fascinating, and I think successful. Do you need this movie to exist? No, but I'm kind of happy that it exists. And what I appreciate about it is that it doesn't disrespect Kubrick's version of The Shining, which is kind of a cold, isolated look at a family falling apart at the seams. It actually provides the human counterpoint to The Shining by going like, okay, how does one see those events years later, like a cold, distant memory, and how does the humanity kind of come back to it? And King gets everything he wants in this film. The boiler explodes and all that stuff, but I appreciated that it was this balancing act that Flanagan did so well. Like, I don't think it's a perfect movie. It's a little too long, and I think it's a little overstuffed at times. But I really liked living in the world, much like a Hobbit movie. Like, I really liked living in the world, even though there are issues with it. So I think you might like it, and especially, if you like Gerald's Game, I think you'll appreciate what he does with
season
King.
pass.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. If it's still at Sloan's Lake, I had to go to AMC for it, but
No, maybe not.
But yeah, I mean, I really liked it. Like, it was one of my favorite viewing experiences this year, because it kind of got me thinking about, like, man, like, this should be an impossible task, and he somehow pulls it off. Does it need to happen? No, but I'm glad it's there.
You know what the best adaptation of The Shining is? The Simpsons, Treehouse of Horror #6.
Give me the bet. Give me the bet. Give me the bet.
Now that I have
bet.
Now that I have Disney Plus, I can actually watch The Simpsons for the first time. So
In
I'm
the
having a
wrong
good time.
aspect ratio.
Heck yes. You know what episode you should totally watch? It's called Cape Fear. It's the greatest episode of The Simpsons
Okay,
ever.
sure.
Oh God.
Season 4.
stamp
the internet said to
Season
start. The internet said to start season 4, so that's what I'm sorry.
Okay,
So,
cool. Yeah, it's Cape Fear. It's awesome.
Season 3's got some gems in
Oh
it.
yeah, no, but Cape Fear is the greatest episode of The Simpsons ever, in my opinion.
I like Homer the Bodyguard because Mark Hamill is just hilarious in it.
The reason I like it is because it takes I love stupid humor, and this episode pulls up like one of my favorite jokes ever in The Simpsons. Well, there's two in this. One's a visual joke, and so the Simpsons are relocated because of Sideshow Bob, and Homer, through the second half of the episode, wears a witness relocation program T-shirt, and there's a part where Sideshow Bob catches up to him. And he's in the middle of the street, and he says, "Surely, Bart, there's no harm in lying in the middle of the street." And then a parade comes, and he gets stepped on by elephants and stuff. It's totally stupid, but it's amazing.
Oh no, the touch clock dancing team!
Not the elephants. That's great.
And the Gilbert and Sullivan at the end of that episode is wonderful. Yeah. That's a great way to distract Sideshow Bob. It's one they could never use again, which sucks. But
Kelsey Grammer, amazing.
And then the last thing I did was I rewatched The Irishman when it came to Netflix, and movie still rocks. I really like it. That movie has a very interesting effect on how it handles the gangster film, and I spoke a little bit more about it last week, but. The final third of that film is pretty fucking remarkable because
the last hour.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
and 15 minutes.
It's pretty astounding what it does, and how I mean, like, I'm firmly in the camp that it spits in the face of people who claim to be fans of Martin Scorsese crime movies, but don't understand that those characters are not to be
well, it's like the
worshipped.
Scarface situation.
Oh yeah, it's almost as if though some people can be garbage. But no, the movie's still remarkable, and like on the TV, the only time that the de-aging was an issue for me was the same shot where it was an issue for me in the theater, which is when they're in the dark bar room and it kind of just looks like Joe Pesci's face is, coming out of a Final Fantasy game or something, like it's a little off-putting, but that's like one shot out of a 3.5-hour movie where everything else looks pretty fucking solid. So, yeah, watch The Irishman. It's on Netflix now.
You just watched Silence, which is almost as long. So,
yeah. Are you willing to go one step further? And also, that movie's not as violent as other gangster movies by Scorsese. So, because everything's kind of cold.
It's
and
a lot more
distant.
blunt in The Irishman.
Yeah, it's not, and Irishman's not glorifying anything really. It's very much distant from the. It's not a Goodfellas or even like a Casino, where Casino really loves the violence.
It's very boo-hoo violence, not yeehaw violence.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Henry, welcome back.
Hello, everyone.
I can't wait to hear what you've been watching.
Well, I've got 6 months worth of films.
Nice. What French film are we going to talk about today?
It's actually all Japanese.
Je magnifique un cinéma de la Paris. See, I speak French. Did you know that?
You've told me.
Yeah, see, now you know.
Yeah.
I just put it on digital wax.
I've been watching. I'm kind of over the French, to be perfectly honest. So
Zut alors!
I've been watching a lot of Japanese cinema recently because of a class assignment I have.
Nice.
I'm not gonna mention all of them because why would I? But one that I think y'all might like. I watched today is called Cure. It came out in the '90s, and it's like a cop thriller horror type film about this like investigation of like these two cops. There's this serial killer going around who's slicing like X's into the throats of their victims and just leaving them. And I won't spoil like exactly how it kind of plays out, but part of it is that they find out like, well, it's a different person doing it each time. So how is it that it keeps changing, that kind of thing? And then you kind of go with the it's very good. Bong Joon-ho, if you know who he is.
Oh yeah,
he says it's like his favorite film of all time.
Oh, I definitely would watch it.
It's definitely very good. It's not pretentious and like how French films are.
Nice.
Other stuff I watched another Japanese film called In the Realm of the Senses, which was considered the last film of the Japanese New Wave. That film is fun because it's been debated for years if that film is art or if it is pornography. And so I watched it for the first time.
There's lots of fucking.
I watched it for the first time, and it is pornography.
Art.
So,
anytime there's fucking, it's art.
So I watched that one. I watched Frozen 2, which I thought was fun. What I told people is that I think the story of Frozen 2 is better, but the execution is better than the first one.
Did they let it go again?
Sense. No. What a hilarious joke.
I didn't want it to be hilarious, but it had to be said.
Don't let him get away with that.
I watched Doctor Sleep. More like Doctor Put Me to Sleep. That film was boring as shit.
Heyo. Burn.
I hated that film.
Third degree burn.
I'm not going to say much because I don't like talking about films I hate, but I disagree with Zach in every point.
So Ryan shouldn't see it.
No. Well, here's the thing. It's not.
I can do whatever you want.
And Brad's back after an hour.
One thing I will say that Zach didn't say, it's not a horror film literally at all.
No, it's not.
It's a superhero film, which makes
Yeah.
like it's, and I don't. It reminded me a lot of Ghost Rider.
Okay.
Which so if you're into that, fucking sure. But yeah.
Is there fire pee? Yeah, I shoot flames out. I shoot pee fire. It's really cool.
I will say it's more like the first Ghost Rider film.
Oh man, that just bums me out.
Nick, are you in the room?
I got this like splitting headache.
Are you Bruce Springsteen or
No, Bruce Springsteen's like this, brother. Let me tell you a story about Dr. Sleep.
Okay.
Here's a drunk guy and here's a song. I need to drink water. It shreds my throat.
I also watched Honey Boy before I came here. Honey Boy's great. It's very unique. It's not like any biopic I've seen in a while.
Do you ever watch like Shia LaBeouf in movies? You go, he's actually really good. Why is he? Why
I will
is he
say
Shia LaBeouf?
he's done a lot to recover in the past
Yeah.
couple of years to make his image better.
Yeah.
Like I was telling Zach that like if he isn't nominated either for writing or for best supporting actor for this film, I don't think he will ever come back. Like I don't think the mainstream will ever take him seriously.
by a young artist who lost his way.
Oh, if they did a Bruce Springsteen Shia LaBeouf collab.
Some people call him Honey Boy. I just call him my friend.
Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf as Bruce Springsteen.
Oh God!
Just be Bruce Springsteen going, no.
But I wouldn't dismiss it. It's very different. It's also short, which in this day and age, like in this part of the year, it's good to have a 90-minute film.
Yep.
So if you're like looking for a film,
Sorry, I just wanted to interject, especially when you have 30 minutes of fucking previews before your movie. Get it together, Regal.
Yeah, that's why I go to the Alamo.
Seriously. 28 minutes.
Four
I
trailers.
counted 28 minutes. Sorry, Henry.
you're good. But yeah, so I wouldn't dismiss it just because it's Shia LaBeouf. I think it's definitely worth checking out. I saw there's a great music doc on Netflix called Satan and Adam, which talks about kind of like a very underground like blues partnership. And it's really fascinating because it's about like this guy who like was a background like guy for like Louis Armstrong and like different people, and then he became like homeless in New York City and was playing like on the street. And then this white kid just came up and was like, "Hey, can I start playing with you and play the harmonica with you?" And he was like, "Sure." And then it kind of explodes from there, like how they kind of grew. It's a really fascinating documentary that I'd really recommend checking out.
Definitely.
And then other than that, yeah, okay. So the last two I'll say. I watched Waves, which I think is really good, but it's very different. I can see people not liking it, but I really enjoyed it. So if you were interested in the trailer, I'd definitely check it out. It's not a romance like I thought it was going to be.
John of All Trades has an interview with the director.
Oh, really?
Denver Film Festival.
Wow, I'll actually mention
Dropped
that.
last week.
Yeah. It's I definitely if you were interested in the trailer, I'd check it out because it's very interesting. And then finally, I watched Noelle. I don't know if anyone else watched that.
Disney Plus.
That film is not as good as I wanted it to be.
Oh. I love Anna Kendrick.
This movie ever is.
Well, I was hoping there'd be like more of like because like it was really fun until she got to Arizona, and then that was the rest of the goddamn film. So anyway, I'm ranting to nobody because no one else saw this movie. But
Fuck Arizona.
But anyway, don't see Noelle. Let this be my struggle. But
I really wish I had the camera rolling for that fucking. This is my struggle. God damn it, that was funny.
But anyway, yeah. If you're interested in more of my opinions, you can look at my Letterboxd diary, which is a lot longer and a lot more boring. So
Nice. Love it.
I like your reviews on Letterboxd. They're fun. Even when I don't agree with them, they're fun to read.
Cool. So I watched The Irishman, and every time I log into Netflix, it keeps on telling me if I want to continue watching it, and I skip that part. It's really long and really boring. I can't get into it at all.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it exists and it's for free. So
I mean, I sought it out in like a theater and a festival because I knew I wouldn't have the patience like on Netflix to see it. And so
yeah, I get that. So I mean, if I was stuck in a theater, I would watch it. But in Netflix, I'm too distracted. I'm like, oh man, this has been on a long time. And then I hit the back button, and it's like hour and 30 minutes. I go, fuck it, I'm just gonna watch The Office again. And
Did you finish it or
no?
Oh,
Still continue watching.
Oh, okay. Right on.
How long's it been out? A week and a half.
It's only been out for a couple days now at this point.
I think it came out like on Wednesday.
Yeah, those are like a week almost.
Yeah, almost a week, yeah.
So yeah, I've tried to watch it twice, can't get through it. One thing that I was really impressed with, I got the 4K of Wizard of Oz, and like It's a Wonderful Life, it is stunning. I can't even tell you like what it's like watching a movie that old that's been restored so well, and like the Technicolor in it just pops off. And I mean, the part when she's meeting the Munchkins, you can actually see the lines for the makeup. And not that it's a bad thing, it's just like the detail is astounding. And now you have the Dolby sound, and it sounds better than it's ever sounded before.
And I'm sure that film's been I know this for a fact. That movie's been restored more times than I can count on the fingers on my hands.
Well, there's an extra on the Blu-ray that talks about restoring it.
Yeah, I mean, like the 3D restoration they did apparently was just as amazing.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen it in 3D, but the Just the Discs podcast talked about it, and they said it was fucking awesome. So, but that's good. I'm glad. Then I'll have to pick up that steelbook of the Red Roses and not the cartoon.
They're
the
poppies.
What?
So it sounds like whenever the aliens do come to Earth and they want to see a movie, we'll just send them to watch Wizard of Oz at your house.
Sure. I mean, I'd probably rather show them Army of Darkness.
No.
But Wizard of Oz will
It's
suffice.
Wizard of Oz, man. That is the movie to show aliens. If they
I
want
think
to watch
it is
a movie.
I think it is a great movie. I haven't seen it in a long time. I loved revisiting it. I used to watch it all the time when I was young.
I feel like it's the quintessential movie.
A lot of people believe that. You read a lot of reviews of it, and I'm pretty sure Leonard Maltin says it is the perfect American movie. It's hard to
think about it. How old is that movie? Like 80 years old, and we are
81.
still watching it today. We quote it all the
80th
time.
this year.
No, it's 80th,
I know because people quote it to me all the fucking time.
Well, it's also because it's the most shown movie in the world too. So, it's just part of who you are. You don't have to have seen The Wizard of Oz to know what The Wizard of Oz is.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, everybody knows. We're off to see the wizard, or
Right.
we know Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Things have transcended.
There's a book, right? Most people haven't read the book.
Yeah.
They've seen the movie.
Yeah,
they
the
know
book's
the
not that
movie
good.
version of the story, not the book version. Because
Yeah.
the book version is very different.
It is, and I don't think it's that great, but yeah, no, it is astounding. I can't even, and even like the special effects hold up really well. When she's looking through
effects.
when the Wicked Witch is looking through her crystal ball, you don't really see the lines. It's really remarkable. One thing I will say about that film is it really stands the test of time. It is.
Just proves my point.
No, I mean it's still no Army of Darkness, but it's a good movie.
Well,
I didn't say it was Ryan's favorite movie. I said it's the quintessential movie. Can a 5-year-old watch Army of Darkness
Sure.
and not have night terrors?
No, Army of Darkness is silly. It's to me,
Wizard of Oz is friendly for all ages, Ryan.
So when we'll back up. I think the Wizard of Oz it transcends time, but I also put like Casablanca and something like that because I think Casablanca is maybe the best made movie from that era. It's not my favorite movie from that era, but it's probably the best made one.
Yeah,
where you have the actors, the cinematography, the lines are iconic. You can say, here's looking at you, kid, and people know exactly what you're talking about. Just like Follow the Yellow Brick Road. There's things that year is. You can't even touch that year, I think, in Hollywood.
It's similar to It's a Wonderful Life, and
Yeah.
even though It's a Wonderful Life wasn't even a success when it first came out, and it still has transcended that,
Yeah.
and that's thanks mainly to its overplay. Like, I mean,
Yep.
it's not the exact same, but I'd even say Citizen Kane. When you say Rosebud, somebody at least knows it's from Citizen Kane. But like,
the only argument I would have for that is a critically loved movie, where The
That's-
Wizard of Oz, I think, is
It's an
Everyone
oh, that's an
loves it.
audience thing. No, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying more in terms of the pop culture phenomenon element. Like you
don't
can
even-
And a
See, I don't
5-year-old
even
can't
s-
watch Citizen Kane,
I don't
Zach.
think I don't even think Citizen Kane is pop culturally relevant anymore.
I don't think so
You know
either,
what?
but
I
like
think
there was a
it's-
time when you could drop that reference in the 90s and people got. There's a whole Simpsons episode called Rosebud for that reason.
Yeah, but you're talking about guys in The Simpsons who are, in their 40s writing a show in the 90s. So they're born in the 50s, so that they grow up with that. I think if you say Wizard of Oz to a kid, they're still going to know it's the man behind the curtain.
Well, that's why I said it's not like an extra. It's it's not like the most obvious example, but it's within there. Like you can take that from like several other.
Be interesting.
films.
I'd see. I bet if I asked 10 people, 10 out of 10 will know the Wizard of Oz. People will not know Rosebud from Citizen Kane.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that like there are lines from movies, there are moments from movies that transcend and pass through
AFI
time.
did a top 100 list of them.
And Citizen Kane's usually on that list.
It is.
It's number one.
But that Rosebud's one quote, whereas there are multiple quotes from Wizard of Oz.
I'm not denying that. I was bringing it up as one of many.
it
examples.
sounds like you're wrong.
It sounds like everybody's ganging up on
Exactly.
it because I
Let it
like
go.
Casablanca.
Let it go,
Casablanca
Zach.
was the one
Let
that
it
had
go.
the
Bring it
most
back.
on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
North by Northwest transcends that time.
It does.
Right? Okay.
I think that, the crop duster scene in North by Northwest, I think you can close your eyes and everybody can picture it, even if they haven't seen the film.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, Wizard of Oz on 4K, I highly recommend seeing it. It's like you watch the movie for the first time. It's.
If I had a 4K TV / player, I would watch it.
I offered you one.
Did you see the Wizard of Oz sketch from SNL this week?
No.
It was just it's with Will Ferrell. It's basically
nice.
like she wakes up at and she's back at home and like everyone's there and it's like, and you were there and you were there and you were there. And then all these little people come in and like, were we there? She was like, oh, nope, you weren't.
That's awesome. I also watched Sullivan's Travels for the first time,
Hell
which is
yeah.
also considered one of the greatest films of all time. And I really liked it. It's a very interesting take on class, meaning rich person versus poor people, which is really popular in the 30s and 40s in making film.
Because the Depression.
Yeah. And so it stars this guy named Sullivan is a hotshot director, has tons of money, and they want him to make his next big movie, and he doesn't think he actually understands the struggle of common people. Mm-hmm. So he goes with Veronica Lake, and they basically live as hobos, and they call them hobos in it.
Yeah,
They go travel by train and with the stick and the sack.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting study of life at that time. Mm-hmm. They go to this little shop when they get off at one point. They don't have any money, and this guy's barely getting by in Las Vegas, and he offers them free food. It's a really fascinating study, and it seesaws back and forth between a total screwball comedy
And
to being a sincere drama,
Yeah.
and it's handled really well. And I love Veronica Lake. I think she's amazing. The movie's great. If you get the Criterion, they have really great special features on it.
It's a film that I think is willing to be a lot more honest than most films of its era when it comes to tackling the Depression, because you can like My Man Godfrey I think tackles the Depression very well, but it's more screwball than Sullivan's Travels is, and
Sullivan's Travels screwball comes from him jumping in the car with the kid.
Yeah, but it's not inherent in the story.
No,
it's
no,
just
no.
inherent in the situations. It's actually like it makes sense why this is an inspiration point for something like Oh
Yeah.
Brother Art Thou, which because it is.
It literally is.
Yeah,
Because that's the movie he makes. But anyways,
exactly.
it's a great film. If you have an opportunity to check it out, I think. And the Criterion, they did a restoration on it. It looks great.
Yeah. Any interviews with Joel and Ethan Coen?
No.
That would have been a great way to do that.
I was on last week's show. I saw A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which I think is an amazing film.
Oh yeah.
It's basically an hour and a half long Mr. Rogers episode. So it's not even a biopic about Mr. Rogers, but he is the most important character in the movie. And it's really fascinating. It's about a guy trying to write a story about him. It's supposed to be a hero, and he's this, reporter who digs up investigative reporter, and he doesn't like it because he says, "Well, I don't write fluff pieces," and it's a story about him becoming a better person. and realizing that because he even says when he meets, Fred Rogers for the first time, and he's like, what's your deal, man? I mean, the no cameras are playing. So what's the difference between Fred Rogers here and Fred Rogers, a character? And Tom Hanks is amazing in this movie. And he says, I don't understand the question. Mr. Rogers is always the same. And I don't know, cried like 3 times in the movie because I don't know, there's this like effect that seeing Tom Hanks being these kind of people, just like when he was Walt Disney, just tugs up my heartstrings. I wasn't even the biggest Fred Rogers fan. But he's talking to the little boy who has a physical disability, and he's not really paying attention, but Fred is still talking to him, even though he's not paying attention to him. And he says, "You're really strong to hold that up." And he says, "And I bet you're even stronger on the inside." You're like, "Oh my God, seriously?" And then like the tear starts coming down my eye. I'm like, this is really obnoxious. And then he's he's talking to the reporter at his home, and he's asking him about why he has this relationship with his dad. And the reporter doesn't realize that he's actually repairing the relationship with his dad, and he doesn't know. This movie's amazing. You should definitely seek it out.
Yeah.
The real life version of the reporter is in the documentary too.
Is he?
Yeah. He's not like a huge, but he's throughout.
It's one of those things where you see the movie, and I wanted to go back and read the actual story.
Yeah.
And it was really cool because the interstitials they built like Pittsburgh out of the models from the Mr. Rogers show, and they shot it how they did, and it was really, really great.
I still am in awe of how Mariel Heller directed it, where there are moments where it feels like it's being portrayed as a dark moment, and then it ends up actually just being part of Roger's personality. Like she balances a little line of like terror or like creepy, but with sincerity. Mm-hmm. Like that scene with him pulling out Daniel the tiger and trying to interact with him borders on strange if you're from his point of view and not Roger's point of view.
Agreed.
Now, granted, since it's Fred Rogers, you kind of already know it's not creepy.
Yeah.
But like, I just like seeing that.
But it's interesting because he's helping this man work through his problems, and this dude comes in with the attitude of like, this is for kids.
Yeah.
And it's really, really fascinating.
Yeah. And I just love when he's showing all the photos of his friends and whatnot, and he just shows that picture of him beat up. I'm just like, oh shit, it's gonna get dark.
I know. I'm like, this is. I was really shocked how it went that way. That's when I was like, oh, this is a different kind of movie.
It's a good comedy, like dark comedy moment in this very like emotionally sincere movie.
If only they had called it Mr. Darcy Interviews Mr. Rogers. Because the actor who plays the investigative reporter, Matthew Reese.
Yep.
Yeah, he played Mr. Darcy in Death Comes to Pemberley.
Yeah. Huh. And too, throughout the whole film, I can't remember the name of the reporter in it, but he keeps on making Lloyd. You're right, Lloyd. He keeps on making horrible decisions, and he's not a good person. But Fred sticks by him, and while Tom Hanks obviously doesn't sound like Fred Rogers, he has his cadence and his mannerisms down so well that you're immediately sucked in. So it's one of my favorite movies of the year.
I want him to be my therapist now.
Yeah,
no, Tom Hanks as Fred Rogers.
I know. Even when it gets really quiet, that one scene in the diner, I was like, man, I'm starting to like reflect on my own life. I'm like, am I a piece of shit?
But then it gets loud again, and you're like, nah.
No, I'm good.
I'm the Mr. Rogers of my generation. It's fine.
I had this question on the show last week. The people in the diner, while it's silent, were those just characters in the movie, or do you think those were cameos from people from his real life that they put in the movie?
I don't know.
I know that there's like a ton of cameos in it of people in his real life, so it very well might have been, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. That movie made me cry like 4 times. It's absolutely amazing.
The 1980s Fred Rogers, hello neighbor.
Yeah.
2019 Ryan Frost, sup fuckers.
Yeah, sup fuckers. It's a beautiful fucking day in the neighborhood. I also saw Frozen 2, and I think it is the animation is
it's great.
Is astounding in the film, and it's fun. And
yeah, I think it's harmless.
Yeah, it's not Disney's best, but it's no Black Cauldron. So
yeah, I agree with your guys' assessment. I didn't talk about it, but I saw it 2 weeks ago or something, and I do feel like after one viewing, because I haven't seen it yet again. I do feel like the story is not quite there. Like there's just something missing or there's too many moving pieces and it doesn't quite come together the way you want it to.
I think I'm missing a few things. I think I need to see it again because I think it also has a great message for another women empowerment kind of thing where they only need each other. They don't really need anything else. But I still think that I know you disagree with me. I think the best song is the 80s power ballad by Christoph because it's amazing. Because at the beginning, I'm like, what are they doing? And then I totally picked up what they were doing. And I'm the only dude in the theater going, yeah. But it was awesome. And I love Olaf explaining the first film.
Oh, yeah, that was the best part of the
pretty
movie.
Great.
Did you stick for till the end of the credits
I
when
did.
Weezer did the cover of the Power Ballad? That was pretty good.
It was pretty sweet.
I think the Weezer cover is better than the actual song in the movie.
Well, I mean, I'd say the same thing about like the song that's gonna win Best Song of the Oscars this year. When the Panic at the Disco covered it at the credits as well, I like that version better. So,
on Friday, I came down here with Kellen, and they closed I-70. So I was like, man, it took me an hour and 20 minutes because I have to go through Central City. I'm like, what should I do? So Kellen and I went and saw Playing with Fire, which is with
how was that?
John Cena, and he rescues kids, and they have to stay at the firehouse. So here's the thing with it. It has a lot of trappings of PG kid movies. What trouble are they getting into now? What? Bubbles in the fire department. However, there is some pretty great moments where they knew what kind of movie they were making. So, an example, at the beginning, John Cena is all business, and they're putting out this fire, and he saves this family, and this little kid says, "Oh, fireman!" He runs to give him a hug, and John Cena just keeps on walking. The kid runs into a car. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like a moving car.
No, a parked car, but he still runs into it.
Yeah.
The car just mows down this one kid.
And then he's about ready to leave, and this lady comes up and she's like, "You are the most beautiful man I've ever seen. You're so strong and so handsome." And then the camera pans out, and the dude says, "I'm standing right here. I'm married to you." And then he just takes off. Keegan Michael.
Michael
Thank
Key.
you. Is in it, and he keeps on just popping up randomly. So he always follows John Cena's direction because he's the supervisor. So he'll just be like in the background doing shit. And so this stuff is really funny. But then you get the sugar coated kid movie. But it's fun enough where you can see these guys knew what kind of movie they're making. Where there's John Leguizamo, John Cena, Tyler Mane, who's Michael Myers and Rob Zombie's thing. His name is Axe. And all he does is carry around an axe the whole time. And it's pretty funny.
I was really hoping you were going to go another direction where it's like, it's like has the kid stuff where it's like, oh, the bubbles in the fire department. But it gets really dark when the youngest dies in a fire. And they have to reassess themselves.
Never goes that crazy, but...
So it doesn't go to hardball level drama. It just kind of stays at a consistent plateau of wackiness.
Yeah, it's just so goofy. And I just appreciated that I think they kept it for the adults in the theater because it's just so dumb. And the actors know that it's dumb. And so they throw in this humor that doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, so Dennis Haysbert, who plays President Palmer in 24, he's this commander of it. And he's going, I'm probably the greatest of all time. He's doing like this interview. And then he calls John Cena because John Cena wants to interview for like the captains. I don't even know what the job is. And so he's talking to him on the phone. And one of the other dudes just keeps on punching him in the stomach for like a minute. And he never breaks a sweat. And he just keeps on talking to John Cena on the phone. I'm going, this is like a Hot Shots like moment. And he's doing pull-ups, and he'll step at the top and just keep talking on the phone. It is so bizarre, but so amazing at the same time.
You've convinced me. I'll check it out when it comes out
check it
on
out.
streaming.
It's pretty goofy. And the last thing I watched was I got the Abbott Costello set, and I watched their first movie called One Night in the Tropics. And the movie's pretty garbage, except for when Abbott and Costello are in it. And when you watch it, you can tell that they just took their radio bits and put them on the big screen because they'd be by the side of a ship. And he goes, "You go with me." And then so Abbott Costello would run away, and then they'd stop in the middle of the road, and there'd be a baseball game on a car. And they stop and go, "All right, I own a baseball game. You own a baseball game." And then they do Who's on First. And then they would do something about mustard. So it's basically just setting up them, and they're only in the movie maybe 10, 15 minutes.
They only get signed to something like that because of getting on the Kate Smith, getting on Kate Smith's program and having a bit. When Universal signed them, like they didn't know what to do with them. and then
Obviously.
but they are the standouts of that picture because like the way One Night at the Tropics was sold was on Jerome Kern's music,
Yeah,
and
it's not
Alan
good.
and Alan A Night at the Opera Jones, who is not something to sell a movie on.
No,
no
it-
matter how good looking Alan Jones.
Well, no,
was.
and here's the thing: is so you have these goofy moments with Abbott and Costello, and then you go into these really weird musical numbers, and it grinds it to a halt. And, I said the same thing about the Cary Grant movie. With the opera singer, she's actually really good, but it's like Once You're in Love. Can't remember the name of it.
Dorothy Kirsten? No,
No,
Dorothy
it's
Kirsten,
I'll think about it. But so it basically grinds the movie to a halt. But
well, that and this like it's a needless love triangle that's in the movie, and
Yeah,
then,
it's just stupid.
And Abbott and Costello are just enforcers in the movie.
yeah, I mean they're part of the mob, which is kind of funny.
It's almost like they're using the formula for a later era Marx Brothers movie, but then
Yeah.
just forgetting that you're supposed to have humor and ridiculousness in it.
It's When You're in Love with Grace Moore and Cary Grant.
okay.
Came back to me.
But One Night in the
Thanks,
Tropics
Redbox.
is successful enough because that's what gets them.
Oh, yeah, no.
that's what gets them to buck
They
privates.
are really great in it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I gave it 3 stars because their performance alone elevates the whole film.
I'd imagine so.
The rest of the movie is meh.
It's been a while since I've seen it. It's like there's only a few films on that collection that I haven't seen and I need to watch. Like one's a skiing one.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean,
but-
you can tell that they're the stars in it, and obviously they transcended that movie.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
everybody else in that movie, I went back and looked, they've only run a few more movies after that.
It's weird because Buck Privates runs into similar territory, but they are clearly much more present in the movie compared to say One Night at the Tropics.
Sweet. So that's what I watched this week. This week, we went and saw Knives Out, the new whodunit from Ryan Johnson. His thing before the Alamo is great, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's almost a spoiler too.
Yeah. It is a spoiler. Brad, should people see Knives Out?
I'm gonna do
This
my
is a
best to
long
remember.
time ago
Yeah,
for you.
I saw it a month ago.
Did you see it at the festival?
Yeah, the Denver Film
Yeah.
Festival kickoff. I think it's worth watching. What I remember most is just feeling like I was advertised this revolutionary whodunit. I didn't feel like I was surprised at all. But again, that was a month ago. So I thought the cast is great. It's a fun watch. It's worth seeing. Check it out.
Zach?
You should absolutely see this movie. It's fucking amazing. I think that the revolutionary angle on this is that he's made the whodunit likable again, or not where the audience wouldn't be so narrow. And I think Daniel Craig is fucking fantastic in the film, and the whole cast knocks it out of the park. But Daniel Craig, I think, is one of my favorite performances of the year because of the way that character is written, but also the way he's playing him. And we'll chat about it later in spoilers.
Henry?
Yeah, I liked it. I probably, according to our letterbox stuff, I liked it probably the least out of all of us, but I still really liked it. I have a very similar opinion as Brad, but it's great. Yeah, you should definitely check it out.
Corinne?
Absolutely, positively. I had a great time in this movie. Went and saw it twice, actually. I think it has rewatch value. Even, after you see it the first time, obviously, you know what's going on and what the mystery is that's happening. But I think on the second viewing, it kind of becomes more of a character film. And you start to, see the different beats that these characters go through, and it's a lot of fun. I think it's well written, tight, well directed. Some of the shots are beautiful. I had a great time. I had a lot of fun. It's probably going to be on a list later this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best movies of the year. Because I won't say it, but the movie is great. The cast is wonderful. I like that Ryan Johnson. I think there's maybe 4 or 5 locations in this whole movie. It's cool that he made a really tight movie that is 2.5 hours long, but doesn't seem like 2.5 hours long and there's not much that happens in it. It's really just a character piece, and it's pulled off brilliantly. And I think that's why I tried to see it a couple times. I saw it last night, but every time I tried to see it, it was sold out. So I think it connects with people because it's a fun movie and people really like it.
Also, it came out around Thanksgiving, and so I'm sure everybody was like, see, we're a dysfunctional family. Let's go watch
Yeah,
this
right.
dysfunctional family, too.
I think some people can relate to that.
Relatable, am I right?
So, again, since this movie has twists in it, spoilers, we'll play the trailer and then we'll spoil the film.
No.
If I could pause, why are we doing all this?
Let's back it up. The family has desperate motives. And when good people get desperate, the knives come out.
You know something. Spill it.
I suspect foul play. No.
Yeah. What?
What? Did you just Google that?
I did just Google that.
You gotta do this more often.
I liked the part where Daniel Craig died.
You spoiled it right at the beginning. In Knives Out, a really wealthy mystery writer is murdered or committed suicide. Is dead, and it was right after his 85th birthday, and everybody has a part to play in it because everybody wants his money, and as the film goes along, you find out why. But I thought it was really interesting that they kind of revealed what happened to him really early in the movie.
The first 15 minutes, I'd say.
Yeah, I thought that was really unique because you didn't have to wait for the big ending, which you still got, which was still really great. And this was, he did kill himself in the movie.
I actually thought that was really interesting. It's a good way to keep you engaged because the first 20, 25 minutes maybe is setting up like these three possible suspects of like Joni, who lied about like how Harlan had caught her double dipping.
And Toni Collette is great in the movie.
Yeah, everybody's great in this movie. Walt, who had been fired by his dad, and then who was the third one?
Ransom.
Yeah. No, that was the fourth one. No, it was her husband, Richard, who was caught cheating, and so that's, the Harlan's like, you tell her or I will. So there's, right away you as the audience are like, okay, we have these three possible suspects who did it. No. And so then like right then, that's when, the film reveals like what really happened.
But they play it out in a way where there's still something else could possibly have happened too,
right?
Because there's so many layers to the characters, and your first go around with Daniel Craig is he just hits a piano key when the questions aren't what he wants to hear.
Yeah,
and what I think is great about his performance throughout the whole film is, they talk about like you're supposed to be this great guy, and they shared this thing and. He comes across as this country bumpkin, and he slowly, like, it's all an act, and he's playing every single person because, he says at the end, he's like, the moment you walked in, I knew you were involved, and it's, and he wanted it to play out because
because there was a shot of those shoes with that stain.
Yep.
Before he even turned into the bumbling detective.
And actually, on the second watch, I noticed that when he meets her on the patio, so she's looking through the window, and he kind of looks at her, and she gets freaked out. He's like, "Come on out here," and he looks her up and down, and you can tell he spends a second looking at her shoes.
Rian Johnson made a really interesting Americanized version of an older Sherlock Holmes character. He's
more a Poirot,
there's a Poirot to it. I appreciate that this film played the magic trick that it does with Blanc because it reminds me a lot of a like Hound of a Baskervilles of the older era where the detective is not always the focus, but he is one of the most important characters, and so he's kind of like it's like Basil Rathbone in that old movie. He's not the focus so much as the family and their squabbling and the Hound, but he's very important as the whole case unfolds, and to have the story of the caretaker being kind of like your POV or your entry point and your perspective is executed beautifully. And I was a little thrown off at first by revealing his method or his method of demise so early on, But then I remembered, like, it falls into a tradition of, like, sometimes the detective is a couple steps behind the actual progression of the story, but then it works out at the end. But then that magic trick happens where you find out that he's been on this the entire time. And it's backed up by Johnson's, I think, near perfect direction of how he constructs this story. And that ensemble cast is fucking great. Like, I loved Jamie Lee in the movie specifically because she turns on that dime when the will is read and just starts leaning into her with mean Jamie Lee Curtis, which is a Jamie Lee Curtis you don't really see, where it's like, it's not angry, it's just mean Jamie Lee Curtis. And Don Johnson's great in it too. Like, everybody fucking knocks it out of the park in the movie.
Well, the other thing too is that, like, you know that it's like, even after they tell you like everything from Anastasios's perception, you know it's not everything because, like, Chris Evans is coming to the film with like an hour in.
Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah.
you know there's gonna be more to that.
Yeah.
So.
And in terms of where his character goes, I think is ultimately just up to you following that thing. Like, I gotta be honest, I kind of figured he had something to do. He had more nefarious ends even in that scene in the diner, but I was able to suspend my disbelief and kind of just let me. I played along with it and was like, okay, like, he's gonna be a good guy. Maybe he's gonna be a good guy. When he turns out to be the bad guy, I think it still fucking works beautifully, and it's a testament to Evans's performance.
Something that on the first go around, so there's a scene on the porch where with Blanc and the detectives, and the detective is going through like the whole like events of the night, and like how, you know, like people went up and down the stairs. And so then once we find out Marta's story, so it's like, okay, all the times where people went up and down the stairs were accounted for. But then I was like, but what about the dogs? Because I remember when that very first shot of the movie where it's like you see the house and the dogs are running toward the camera. And I was like, okay, I wonder, is this like a clue? Like, the dogs are going to be important, like in my brain, you know, because I've read like all the Sherlock Holmes stuff and I've seen some Poirot or whatever, but like, I'm like, okay, in those kinds of things, like the small details are always important.
Yeah.
And so then I remembered that the thing that the detective said, like the dogs barked around 3 a.m. And so it stuck with me. I was like, okay, but you know, the Marta's story, it's like, okay, but what about the dogs barking? Yeah. And then they make a point of showing you how the dogs won't bark at Marta, but they bark at Ransom. And so it was like, oh, he probably has something to do with this. But of course, there's a lot going on at that point, so you're just like trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, like the blackmail plot thread is kind of like a red herring, or it throws you off in the right direction to kind of lead you back into the plot. And movie's also a wonderful take on class and class warfare and stuff like that. And Henry and I had a pretty interesting discussion about it prior to going to the other movie on Friday, and about like how's she gonna treat this family now that she's got all that money and she's kind of on that upper level now with that cool ass coffee mug that I fucking want.
So Brad, a month later,
I like how the movie is bookended with the coffee mug.
Is it coming back to you yet?
Yeah.
What do you think, Brad?
Yeah, like I said, it's not fair for me to like judge the movie based on like the marketing campaign, like what that told me. But still, thinking about it, I just feel like the ending really disappointed me, because I felt like it built. Like, if you establish early on that like, oh, we're going to tell you how the whole thing was done, and then follow this girl navigating through like this class ism of people. Like, I thought it was really cool when she finally found an ally with Ransom, and I feel like the ending just backpedals, because it's like, you know, we sort of cleared him, but then we've also got an expositional, like, and I get it's like an homage to classic, like the detective reveals like everything in a single expository scene, but it just feels like in 2019, like I want something more out of it. So yeah, then suddenly it's like, oh, it was Ransom. I just feel like I was cheated a little bit. Like, I wish there was something grander that it was like aspiring to.
But the thing is like, yeah, it was Ransom, but at the same time, it wasn't Ransom, because Blanc even says, like, at the end of the day, Harlan literally committed suicide. He wasn't poisoned by Marta. He slit his own throat. So he wasn't murdered in the traditional sense, even though, I mean, yes, Ransom created a situation in which, like, Marta thought that she was responsible for his death, but that's not what actually happened.
It's like Smarter Saw.
Yeah, no, it is clever in its own way. Like, it just feels like I kind of wish it was not any of those people. Like, if it's going to be like an accident or him taking his own life, I just kind of want it to be just that. Like, no one is involved. It's just like a comedy of errors where, everyone's kind of like they think they're the person who done it, but it's actually nobody. Like, I feel like that's more interesting than just like it actually is one of these guys.
Well, but that's harkening back to like the drawing room mystery or like the locked room mystery or whatever, where it's like, it's one of the people who was at the party. And like, yeah, Ransom leaves early. So then that's why the detectives are like, oh, he's not involved. Like, he left. But I think it works. I mean, it makes sense to me.
Is it that you're looking for a more like a more modernized angle on a whodunit rather than a traditional whodunit?
Yeah, I was looking for something new because, like I said, like within the first 15 minutes, I'm told like I'm given what I'm not expected is like, oh, we know how it was, like what transpired, and now we're gonna spend the next hour of the movie just ironing out all the details, like making that make sense.
Right.
So the movie's done already.
The hole at the center.
So then telling me like, oh, here's this other layer, but it's it's a little bit of like what we just saw.
The hole.
Well, it's like I'm in like the same boat as you, where I felt very similar things. Because the thing about Ron Johnson is that like one thing he's really good at is subverting expectations and kind of going in a different route and kind of doing things a different way. And he did that in the first 15 minutes by being like, oh yeah, here's a solution kind of thing. But then he doesn't do that. It just kind of goes back on it by being like, no, this was a mystery the entire time. And so just like, it felt kind of, for me at least, like after like the first, like when the reveal of like, oh, she killed him or whatever, I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's the twist. That's like, that's the who done it. And then at the end when it's like, actually he did it. It's like, I mean, okay. Like, that's cool too, I guess. Like, yeah. I wasn't really looking for anything anymore, and so
that's not an unfair expectation. I would counter it with just like, I think that the innovation and like the marketing within that was getting you excited for a traditional whodunit. And
I mean, what I'm talking about though has nothing to do with the marketing though. Like, what I'm talking about is like, I go in thinking like, oh, it's gonna be whodunit because I'm going into a mystery film. It has nothing to do with marketing,
right?
And then the mystery is solved in the first 20 minutes, and so like, even if I had not seen any marketing material, I'd be like, okay, it's done. And then it's like there's no real twists after that because there's nothing to be shocking anymore.
Yeah, I'm sitting there expecting something bigger to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm really just like filling out the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
So that's where it feels flat to me.
Like for me at least, I mean, I don't know, maybe just like our personal backgrounds, but like for me at least, like I knew all the twists coming because, like, just how it's made, kind of thing. Like, they show you the shot of her putting the things back on, and they wouldn't do that. They weren't going to emphasize those bottles unless there's something going on with those bottles, kind of thing. And so, like, I knew all of that was going to happen coming, like, a mile away.
Right.
Which is, that's on me because I know, like, I've been studying editing the past 4 years, so I pick up on those kinds of things.
Right.
But, like...
And again, like, I would not... I don't defer that at all. Like, I think a lot of it, though, is that, like, ultimately what I appreciated about it is that it found a way to make those ideas that we are familiar with taste better within a 2019 context. Doesn't mean it innovates anything or changes anything. Or...
Well, I guess what I'm arguing, I'll speak for myself and not for you for this part.
Yeah.
But that doesn't taste better to me.
Okay.
Like, it tastes more kind of bland in a way where just, like, you're going back... Like, the spice comes from revealing it in the beginning.
Okay.
And then it's, like... You get halfway through the steak, and the steak's just kind of poorly seasoned on the other end.
Okay, no, that's not an unfair vantage point. I think it does.
And here's where the marketing plays in for me is because, like, the marketing told me that I was gonna be like blown away by this mystery, and like, yeah, in the beginning, I'm told it's solved, and so I'm just like, the marketing's telling me keep waiting, you'll expect something more, like there's something bigger coming. And it doesn't come, so that's where like the marketing fails me. If I had just been told like this is just a fun mystery movie, like with all these quirky characters, like I wouldn't have been waiting for anything. So
okay,
To that end, I would say I think the film does that reveal that early because it wants to get over that hurdle to tell the rest of the story, which is not only like the kind of the hole at the center of the donut, or the hole at the center of the hole of the center of the donut, whatever the hell Blanc says there at the end, which is kind of crazy. But it's also a look at this family and how it's starting to tear itself apart over like the money and like Marta and her place in all of it, you know. And I think that was something that struck me on the second go around, was like, yeah, Harlan's like, I need to like do this so that you're not implicated, so that you and your mom or you and your family are safe. But I'm like, he also probably knows about the Slayer rule, and since he just changed his will to give everything to Marta, if she is found responsible for his death, that nullifies it and his family will get everything. Mm-hmm. So he, at the end, he's wanting to teach his family a lesson of like, you need to go your own way and do your own thing and not have to rely on me or my money or any of that. Mm-hmm. He wants his kids to like be something that they weren't because he didn't allow them to grow on their own. Mm. So, like I said, the second time around, it was more of like about the characters for me and less about the mystery. Like the mystery is still really good, I think, but like,
yes, that's the most interesting part for me is like having her, like watching her navigate like these really wealthy people, and suddenly she's the wealthy one and they're poor. Like that's actually the most interesting part of the movie for me.
And the whole, like you guys were saying, the classism and kind of the duplicitous nature of, at first they're like, oh, well, we want to take care of you. And then when she gets the money, they're like, give it to me, you know.
The knives are out, if you will.
Something that struck me.
That's a line in the film.
Yeah, I think so,
it
yeah.
Is. It is. Yeah, it's there in Blanc's speech at the end where he's like, when he's talking to the family and saying like, you guys haven't been treating her well, you're a bunch of buzzards, knives out, beaks wet or something.
Yeah.
Which I was like, why do buzzards have knives? But I will say on the second go around, I really enjoyed Linda's kind of little mini story that she gets, and I felt bad for her by the second. Like the first time I was like, oh, Linda is Jamie Lee Curtis's character. Because the first time around, all of them are giant bitches to her, to Marta. And so, but the second time, I'm like, everything kind of happens to Linda, especially all at once. Because it's like, she just found out her dad committed suicide and he wasn't murdered. She just found out that she and all of her family members were written out of his will. Her husband has been cheating on her, she's just discovered. And her son is getting arrested for murder. So it's like that moment where she's like reading the letter from her dad and she's looking at her husband, and it's just like, damn it, Jamie Lee Curtis is a good actress and she conveys a lot in that one simple scene.
But I also think she has this thing where she realizes she's going to be okay because she also created her own business.
Of the three kids or kids-in-law, she's the one who's the most financially stable.
She's the least...
But she's also the one who's lost the most personally.
Yeah, and she's the least reprehensible on a moral level. So it's easier to kind of connect with her, whereas like everybody from that family, from Walt all the way down to his alt-right Nazi son, like... which I guess I mean,
what was it? The Nazi boy.
I have no idea if this was like just one of many interviews, but he said that it was inspired by this Last Jedi hate, and I was like, good, please do that.
Interesting tidbit. Ryan Johnson was on Doug Loves Movies this week. Mm-hmm. He talked about how once Jamie Lee Curtis came on in that part, like he developed it more.
So I saw another thing with him where he said that like there were many times where like she didn't have to be on set, but she would just show up, and so he would like throw her into other scenes because she was there that day.
Yep.
Yeah,
so.
she gets very involved whenever she's on set. She was that way on Halloween. She was that way pretty much everything.
Freaky Friday.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. I will say though, if I had one nitpick that kind of falls into how this movie's telling a class story versus also trying to be a good whodunit or a bad whodunit or whatever, but there's one moment that kind of tells me that sometimes it gets a little distracted, and it's when Walt goes to confront Marta in the hallway. And it seems like at first from the mystery element, to me it kind of felt like, oh, maybe they're trying to add one more possible twist into the mix. But then I realized, like, no, it's just furthering the class warfare plot. And so I wondered, like, if you had tried to rework that moment, could it have been also another diversion to make you think Walt had done it, if written a different way? But, like, it by no means breaks the movie at all. But I was wondering, like, at what point does the class warfare versus the mystery element, like, are there times when it feels a little off balance? Like, whenever it does, it kind of doesn't matter because I'm very invested in it, but I need to watch the movie again and not just go off of my first viewing, because I think it is a movie that demands multiple viewings. So
yeah, I will say the second time around, that scene, I don't know, it was just kind of awkward. I was like, why is this here? It doesn't really further anything. You could cut it out and it honestly wouldn't really change that much.
It's an interesting
like you said,
moment.
it's more the thematic work than it is the plot. But still, it's like, okay, that was just kind of awkward.
It kind of reminds us stuff that we already know. But, like, I like watching Michael Shannon act, so I'm not complaining. Good. But, you know.
If I had one criticism of the movie, it's that I do feel like the cast gets a little bit, like, the cast brings the movie down a little bit, like the weight of it. For instance, like the housekeeper, Fran, totally forgot about her when she shows up in the laundromat or whatever. I was like, who's this? And then I think they say something later like, oh, the housekeeper. I'm like, oh, right, the housekeeper.
The one that found him, yeah.
Which, side note, why the fuck was there a spider on her face?
Because it looked cool.
It did look cool, but I'm like, oh my gosh, the girl was just unconscious for like an hour, and all of a sudden, spiders moving in.
Yeah, the dirty laundromat.
By the time Michael said spider face, we meant in spite her face.
Yes. Next week, I don't know what we're watching.
Ryan, do you have anything else you want to say about the movie?
No, I think we're good. It was awesome.
Side note, I forgot. So there's that shot of like Harlan and Marta when they're gonna play Go. Did anybody else feel like he looked weird in that scene? Like he was digitally inserted? Because the lighting on him looks really weird. I noticed that both times I watched it. Because it's like...
Let me try to remember a month ago what that scene looked like.
Nope.
Because he's like sitting in the chair and like everything around him is kind of in this like tinted more red, but then he is tinted more blue. So I'm like, did they just like shoot that on a green screen and then just digitally insert it in or something?
I think I saw a thing where a lot of those interior scenes of the house are actually still a soundstage. So
It just looks really weird.
It could have been lighted differently.
Yeah. I mean, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang's playing at the Alamo.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. For next week. I don't know.
It's either that or Playmobil.
Yeah, that's the only really release that week. So,
or Ford v Ferrari, I guess we could do as a main episode.
I think you should. I think it's good.
Marriage Story comes out on Friday, I think. I don't know if you're interested in that at all, but
on Netflix?
Yeah. So
Marriage Story, Honey Boy's out.
I mean, I will say Marriage Story is my number 2 of the year. It might move up to number 1. I really, really liked it. But then again, I'm Henry. So, like...
But then that's all the more reason we should watch it.
So. I mean, Frozen 2 would be okay, but, like, 4 of you just talked about it on this episode, so...
we can talk about it a lot more.
But, like, Ford v Ferrari, I don't think these two have seen it.
I'm down.
I haven't
I
seen
saw
it
it, but you haven't said anything about it on the show.
Oh, not on the show, no.
So...
Side note, follow me on Twitter at Catching Classic, where I review things that I go see at the movie or whatever. I don't know, I just do random shit on there.
Yep.
And follow me on the street.
I do.
Don't say that, Henry. You live in New York.
Yeah,
people will
do you
wolf
wanna
whistle
invite
at you.
Listen, I've recently discovered that I'm unmuggable. I go walking in bad neighborhoods at night, and I'm like, come get me. And they will cross the street as I walk towards them. So,
Do they like lift their noses in the air to you? Like, no, like they just ignore the shit out of you?
Like, I was walking down like North Harlem at night being like, can't wait to get back to the subway so I can go home. And I just see these two guys that like look like they're doing a drug deal. And I like walk towards them and they look up at me and they cross the street. And I was like, all right. So I kept walking. So
something about that guy I don't trust.
You're a dude. You can take down other deals. Like you're a drug deal deterrent.
I bet he reviews art house films on a website.
Henry, I'm
What
not
an
shitting
asshole.
you. That is the plot of a 30 Rock episode. Liz figures out a way to become unmuggable.
My friends who are more hip tell me that I just look like a cop. And so, like...
Nice.
That guy doesn't like the majority of the Godzilla movies in the Godzilla Criterion Collection.
Yeah, that guy's a narc. Get him.
Yeah, cool.
Sup, fellow druggies?
There's plenty of movies
Yeah.
out. We'll figure something out.
Yeah. Ford v Ferrari's fine. I want to see it.
There's Corinne's review.
I'm seeing it now. Movie of the week. Movie of the year.
Number 1, Ford versus Ferrari, just because she hated it.
I need to watch it again just so I can find J.J. Field.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's one of the crew guys. I was looking him up earlier.
He plays the tires.
I thought Tracy Letts was the tires.
Okay, so you know that you know that opening scene where he's like at Le Mans and like there's like the one guy who's like the pit crew manager. I swear that is Matthew Good, but he's not listed in the credits. So I don't know what the hell's going on.
I've seen it twice. I don't remember.
Matthew Good's kind of like a mystical wizard. He kind of just flows in and out of things. You'll never know if he's actually there.
It's pronounced Goody.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
You know what? I should have learned that when I watched Leap Year the 15th time.
Come on, guys.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Real Nerds Podcast. Real Nerds Podcast is a production of Nebulous Visions Multimedia. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill and Plan 9 Studios for our kick-ass theme song. Also, if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a cool place to see movies, we see them at the Alamo Draft House in Littleton and now also in Sloan's Lake. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics for supplying us with all our comic needs, especially you, Andrew. You know who you are. And a big shout out to James's mom. I'm giving you an electronic hug that you can feel through the airwaves. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.